It's all tea and crumpets, my dear Fody goat. For Queen and Country. Fody, Samurai, Skinner, how you all doing?
Happy Wednesday.
It's up.
I was more talking about your hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Hello, everybody.
My hair's fine.
All the coolest Euros in one place.
Yes, how we all doing? It
Trying
is
to.
Wednesday, which means almost weekend.
Yes. And almost weekend means almost vacation.
I know, I have never been more ready for my vacation than today.
Yep. Basically that.
I think I told almost the entire company that I'm going on a vacation.
Did you rub it in?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. Neat Island is ready for your arrival.
Yes, I am ready
Evie.
too. I am so ready.
Neat Island, here we come. Looking forward to it.
I am super looking forward to it.
Organizing the stickers to go out today, hopefully. Nice.
Awesome. I
Also-
cannot wait.
Skinner, Fody, sorry for just disappearing yesterday. While doing the thing I was doing, I kind of lost track of time, and then I realized it was like 2 hours late, and then I just turned off everything and went to bed.
I dozed off.
She went to bed way earlier.
Basically, and that stream I was like,
And normally at least I say bye. I was like, yeah, BRB, and then like 2 hours later I'm like, fuck, it's 1 a.m, I need to go to bed. I'm playing Dead Cells because I'm addicted. Nice.
kick
Enjoy.
butts.
I'm sure you said bye. No, I didn't. I was like, I'm a BRB. And then I didn't.
Jack was busy hacking the game.
Yeah, it was supposed to be RB, but it was never gonna be back.
Be our next day. Youth!
Hello, you.
How are you
Happy
doing after your
Wednesday.
6-hour stream?
Nice.
Are you ready for Burger King?
Either way, I was basically having a trip last night. Everhood is something else. I don't recall that game. Let me look it up. An unconventional adventure RPG. Oh, I've seen people play that.
That looked alright.
That only came out recently, no? It
Okay,
kind
release date 4th of May.
It kind of reminds me of Undertale, which I also never played.
Undertale, I think we have though.
Placing more order now. Enjoy.
Nice, enjoy.
Enjoy.
You really did make me feel like having mac and cheese though. Even though we had noodles today, so I can't really complain.
It's Undertale, but make it rhythm based, and now the entire Undertale fan base is up in arms about you saying that there is no rhythm in Undertale.
Yomo, how are you doing?
Yo, Mo, happy
Did you get your shot
Wednesday.
now?
They're already back from your shot.
Or are you back from your shot? Like, I don't remember when I read when you said that you're gonna get it in an hour. Like, time today is like all
I think
over
it
the
was
place.
more than an hour ago.
I don't
But
know.
I don't recall exactly even because I'm not good with remembering stuff like this.
Today, when it comes to time, not my day.
What is time?
Good
Time is a
question,
made-up
my
concept.
dear Jack.
I know, right? This is a deep stream for deep people.
I got it.
Got it. I
Feel nothing.
on an emotional level or on a physical. I got my vaccination. I feel nothing,
No, I'm guessing it pain-wise.
which is good.
Like, that makes sense. Actually checked it, and it seems like we might get our shots in June.
I'll take both
June,
for
July.
100, please. Well, it's a good thing you don't feel it physically, but if you don't feel anything emotionally, if you want, we can talk about it. But I assume you feel at least something because you laughed at our horrible jokes. Yeah. I love Undertale, but it's a unique turn-based RPG. Everhood is basically Undertale and Guitar Hero. Okay. I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
I love
but
Guitar Hero.
I have never played it.
Really?
Nope.
Okay, Guitar Hero.
Blah 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 blah. Well, what is pronunciation? What is words?
No, Guitar Hero is great. Not as good as Beat Saber, but really good.
Mainly joking, maybe. I don't feel any pain from it. Nice.
Glad to hear.
Glad to hear.
I hope it stays like that.
Yeah, I hope it stays like this because I think it was Fody, Bev, Kelly and Ranger all going, yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. And the next time I go, my arm.
I think that's normal.
I think Bev had it worst. Or had it the worst. Like being
At
able
least
to
the longest, I
barely
believe.
lift her arm.
Yeah.
Did she make sure to get the shot in your non-dominant arm though? Because I hear that's like upping the difficulty if you choose to do it.
Getting it before you guys, especially since I'm younger. Yeah,
Wow.
it's super slow here.
I'm 12 by the way. No, I'm not. Yeah,
Forever 16.
over here it doesn't work that way. No.
No, we're going through super slow. Which kind of funny, isn't that vaccine that's being used now created in Germany?
I don't know.
I'm quite sure that's the one that comes from Germany.
Yeah, but
And we're basically the slowest everywhere.
and even then, just because it's made somewhere geographically doesn't mean the people living closest to that get it first.
I know, but it's funny if you think about it.
No,
I know it's how it works. It's a buy-in.
it's not fun. It's globalization. It's international community.
Well, we're gonna be somewhere by the end of summer, I would say.
Yeah, probably something like that. Mama Yoma already got it since she's a teacher and was slightly ahead, and I'm just now getting it. Yeah, with us, probably closer to the end of the year with how things are going now.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. Like, they have like tiers depending on your age and pre-existing conditions. We would be tier 1, which is the lowest one, last priority. Because we're not old enough to be higher tiered and we don't have any pre-existing conditions other than being not smart. So that doesn't count, unfortunately, so we have to wait.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
did
not
they...
even on a waiting list. Yeah, same here. We need to wait until we get a notification like, hey, we're ready for you. And then we can show up and get our shots.
Do you already have a green card, Skinner? Or are you still waiting? Or you just want to go on a vacation?
My sis is still too young. It's only approved for 16 and older right now. Okay, not bad. At least you're getting shots. Remember the good old days when we could make fun of the people in America for not getting vaccinations?
Yeah, those times are over.
I liked being able to make those jokes.
They're doing way better.
I just need a vacation and some Chipotle. Chipotle is mine. I drink to that.
I feel you. Can't wait for vacation.
Mega, hello.
Mega, how are you
Wednesday.
doing?
How are you
Happy
doing?
Taco Wednesday. Oh no, Burger King Wednesday. Spaghetti Wednesday.
I might pop by Georgia and get a green card if you know what I'm saying. You want to eat cheese bread?
I was thinking the same thing, but Georgia. Who's in Georgia? Steele is in Georgia.
I don't remember.
So I thought you were gonna marry T, by the way.
Tifa is correct. I like how I was like, wait, what? Tifa is correct. Wait, what? How? How could it be? Yeah, sorry, I didn't remember. No.
No, I was first thinking T, but T it was Vegas.
Nevada.
Nevada?
I believe Las Vegas, but definitely Nevada.
I'm quite sure it was
I
Vegas.
remember the state, not the city.
I don't care what you say, I'm quite sure I'm right there.
Hump day.
What was about the cheese? Basically in Georgia, the country, not the state, there is like this national dish that is like a cheese bread. And it is absolutely fucking delicious, I swear.
It's cheese-filled bread. It is delicious.
Yeah.
Today I found out you can change the food in Dead Cells to one of several options. Kebabs and chicken are the default, but you can choose vegetarian food too. Oh my god, time to buy the game myself. I actually appreciate that.
Too.
I mean, it's not that I didn't play the game because they didn't have that, but I do appreciate that they put that in there. That's pretty sweet. Thank you for letting me know, Amy. Vegas is the city,
cool, huh?
Nevada is the state. Correct, and I didn't recall if she lived in the same city or just the same state.
I'm quite sure, yes, you're also right, but I'm quite sure I'm right there.
I'm not quite sure that's how that works, but sure.
I'm just saying, Groundhog, how you doing? Happy Wednesday.
Streets of Rage 4 also lets you change your food to veggie options. Yes!
In a way, that's kind of cute.
Team Vegetarian. I appreciate that.
That is kind of cute.
I do appreciate that. That way I don't have to... Nah, I don't really feel bad if I watch characters eat meat in video games. I appreciate you guys so much. Oh my god, I can't believe you actually edited the game files. It's not guaranteed that the game won't crash, but
yeah, we didn't test it out yet.
Yeah, to test it I would have had to continue playing and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a live run and hope it works.
Yeah. For people that might be wondering what are they talking about, Groundhog let us know that there is a part in the song that is about to be played in the game probably, I assume. It's giving her migraines, so we went and edited that out. So we replaced it with a song from the first Danganronpa.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have been able to tell, but in case anyone is wondering, we did that. Hopefully it will work and not crash the game.
And now we gotta figure out if we can actually play it.
I just finished eating chicken nuggets. Bye, Yomo. That's a lifetime ban. No.
Chicken nuggets are so good.
That's perfectly fine.
No, but Groundhog, if we can do something to help, we will. We appreciate all of you being here. Love for you guys to be here as well. And if it helps to not give you migraines.
That being said, it was easier to edit out that song than to get good at video games. Yeah. That being said, when I'm setting up the game, I first googled this, then I found a way I thought I could do it, and then after tinkering around with it for 90 minutes I realized I can put the song in, but I can't change that so that the game would still load. And then, close to giving up about this, I googled again, clicked the wrong link and found that someone made a modding tool for Danganronpa 1, 2 and 3 I believe on PC, basically to allow you to do what I wanted to do. So, yes.
Whatever works. Thanks, Brad. Mega is a chat. A chat? Not a chat.
Chap? Wow.
What's wrong with that?
Well, that he is too, yes. Quite sure that's not what you meant to say, but yes, technically you are still correct, I believe. I just showered, so I'm feeling good too. Nice. Meant to shower sooner, but a playful kitty needed my attention. Also nice.
You can go for that.
Now, let's see. The game should load. I did test that yesterday. Yes, there we go.
Well, we just need it to not break during the gameplay.
Yeah, basically, if the song starts playing when it's supposed to without the game crashing, then we're golden. Then it should just work. That would be really sweet.
Yeah, let's find out. So, very quick recap. Before we ended yesterday...
We ended the stream yesterday in the worst fucking way possible. Because Tifa and I... We have this timer thing where I press the button and the stream just goes to the still image automatically and when we start the raid. But I pressed that button and then Ranger came in and we were like, Byakuya died! Bam! End of stream. We didn't even get to say goodbye. So...
I didn't pay attention to the timer. But yeah, Byakuya
is dead.
The bigger guy died. First victim. Found him dead under the table, also he died. Now we just gotta find out.
And that is basically so upsetting that my face decided to grow horns. That's why I'm looking extra pretty today.
You're very sus now.
Incredible comedic timing. Yeah, literally it was like, hey Ranger, welcome back. What did I miss? Byakuya died. Bam, end of stream. So,
just found out one of my best friends is gonna try to make a game. Awesome.
Nice. So at some point, since I offer for something, I'll be playtesting it for her. Nice.
Why are you
Make
scared
sure-
of playtesting though?
Make sure to break the game in every single way possible so that you can fix it before anyone else gets their hands on it.
That's basically the point of playtesting, trying to break it. So if you break it, technically you did well.
Yes.
Playful kitty needed my attention. That is very good. Can't shower when the cat needs attention.
I'm working on special surprises to go and sticker winners envelopes, so sorry for not active in chat yet. That's perfectly fine. I don't know if I'm looking forward to or being scared about what it might be that you put in. No.
Why
You
should
already
you be
made those
scared
jokes
about that?
yesterday, not yesterdays.
Why are you scared about that?
No, I don't know what this guy is mailing me.
I'm super looking forward to it. Can't wait to get the sticker.
Betting it's gonna be lots of love. What did you just do? Your energy is completely not fitting what's happening on screen right now. Just so you know.
Fair enough. It's a dating sim. I am sure it's gonna be awesome.
So knowing her, it's gonna be crazy. Nice. Got to go, about to get my sister from school. Love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Say hi to your sister from us and stay safe. May your arm not hurt in the future too.
Stay awesome, kick butts, and see you soon.
You should be scared. Okay, now I am.
I'm not scared. I'm looking forward to the stickers.
That's like how you want things to go wrong during a final dress rehearsal of a show. Better than that during opening night. Correct.
Exactly. Still need to figure out where to put the stickers on.
Beth wants to use your address to Google what your street looks like. I wouldn't give it to her. We are
Can
getting
take some pictures later. It's not that nice.
We are getting somewhere. People now want to stalk us.
Fody and Bev can stalk me any day.
Stalk me, senpai.
I'll make sure to have the coffee ready. Oh, I can make some pictures in the weekend. It's quite a boring street, actually. What?
How about we start the game?
Yes, we can. Okay, so Byakuya is dead. There is a knife laying there. That's an awful lot of blood, by the way, for such a tiny knife. I'm just saying. There is night vision goggles laying with him and something green.
There's green tape in the back for some reason.
So I wonder how they got him under the table.
By pushing his body under there?
But there's no blood trail.
I don't know.
I'm guessing he hid under the table for being scared and then got killed, but also seems a bit weird. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
We watched something that had a scene in Germany and she was like, what does Germany look like? That is actually a thing. Wait one sec.
It's also, to answer that honestly, it's very hard to say what Germany looks like because it's very different everywhere.
Yeah, okay, I expected you to say something weird.
I said answer seriously.
It is like its own meme by now that when people go over to the US for student exchange, they come back, and basically in every group of people there's at least one person that comes back and goes, they asked me if we had trees. Like something weird, like I don't know where that comes from, I don't know if that's a joke, but...
If they had trees?
Germany looks like basically any other country with a mild temperate climate. That's how I would describe it.
What? Never mind.
Yeah, a classmate of mine came back and said the people who she met there asked her, so what do the trees in Germany look like? It's like, what do you mean?
Oh.
Well, do you have trees? She was like, yeah, we do have trees.
Well, depending on where you went, like we went to Budapest and there were barely trees. Just saying.
That is true. Yes, unfortunately. That is
So
one
I
of
guess
the
depending
things I
on
didn't
where
like
you-
about Budapest. The city, in particular, didn't have very much green. There were basically no trees, at least not inside the city. Germany looks like France, but with more beers and sausages. It depends on the area you go to.
No, our street's really boring. We have like these little colonies right outside of Belgium.
Whoa,
so that's
whoa, whoa,
nice,
whoa,
at
whoa,
least.
whoa, whoa. That word does not mean what you think it means.
It's called a colony. They are garden colonies. That is the official word. Google garden colony. It is a word. Don't you even tell me it's not.
Can you do me a favor? Can we just go back to a video game?
I am gonna... Wait, where is this thing?
Oh my god.
Garden colony. Look, a brief guide to German garden colonies is the first thing you find.
Tifa, I don't disagree, but you're technically correct. The problem is, no one but us, and maybe Amber if she was here, understands what the fuck that means. Because nowhere else in the world would you call it that.
It's not true, it's the same in Dutch.
Nowhere in the world that matters, outside of the Netherlands and Germany, would people understand what the fuck you're talking about, even though, yes, you are using the correct vocabulary. No, there are no colonies right outside our window.
It depends on how you look at it though, because there is one that's waving an American flag.
There are no colonies
and a Turkish one next to it, I believe. So you could see it as little colonies.
Look at what you've done. Fody wanted to be productive and ship things today. Now he's probably sitting there, not being able to fucking breathe. Now, please.
So now I finally use English the right way. And what do you guys do?
Tifa, there is no war in Ba Sing Se. Yeah, basically. I can't wait for these pictures more than anything else in the world.
You'd be surprised how boring it is. And behind the things I cannot say out loud is basically this huge ugly building, which you have to look at in winter, but in spring you can't really see it because the colonies are in the way. And on the other side there's a school and a playground.
I hope none of this will ever be taken out of context. Now, how about video games?
You can't take it out of context because it's the correct use of the words.
Well, just a soundbite of you saying that you quite enjoy looking at the colonies as a European, yeah, that can be taken out anyway.
It's really cute though, they have, because...
Yes, Skinner, exactly. Yes, Fody, yes. Oh my god.
Because of that, there are like lots of squirrels that always jump past. And
I must say, good friend, I do quite enjoy looking at these colonies. The foliage is quite green this time of the year. Yes, the people working in these colonies, they seem to do quite well around this time as well.
I'm not so sure about that.
Historical context, woman.
Colonies look a bit neglected, actually. At least some of them.
Once again, PSA. She's not talking about colonies in the sense that you probably think she's talking about. Look up German garden colonies. That's actually the proper term. I'm sorry for her behavior. I didn't know I needed to prepare her for this moment.
Be sorry, or you cannot be sorry for that because what I was saying is correct. See?
I googled it. It's a thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Basically, because gardens here are basically a luxury, we have colonies or garden colonies. So you can basically spend a rent month on a piece of land and sit there like you own it.
You know, today I didn't want to put my face too close to the camera because
how are you doing?
The two zits that I have on my face that I'm trying to recover from. But I feel this is one of those moments where I need to just sit here and do this again. Anyway. Callie, thank you. Please get me out of this conversation. Tell us about your day or something. How are you doing?
You're saying I'm right.
You don't need to apologize for Tifa. She is glorious and in perfect form. Yes, just like the colonies outside our window.
My form is quite good. Very round.
Geometrically perfect.
Like a plank.
I don't understand what it is, but I'll have to read about them later. Now, the way I would have explained is that because for historical reasons. Most of the apartments and houses here, at least in some areas in Germany, don't have gardens. Like, you know, house, backyard, front yard maybe. They don't have it. It's like house, street, house, street, house. Maybe a little courtyard kind of thing in between. There are places designated in and around cities where it's just green. Usually you have like...
They have lots of parks and
fruit
stuff.
trees or other plants, vegetables, you grow that kind of stuff, and people go there to do gardening, to relax. It's a community thing kind of, but you need to pay to rent these things out. That is what over here is called a colony garden, the German term being eine Kolonie. Literally the same word as colony, which I believe every single American is aware of, but a very, very different meaning and a very different historical connotation.
It's not really a community garden. Basically, you should see it as, like, let's say a piece of 50 gardens next to each other.
Imagine
and you can
your
rent
backyard
a
being
piece.
somewhere else, basically. Yeah. Like, you leave your apartment, then you go to a different part of the city, and there are lots of people's backyards, all in one area.
Yeah, we have a few behind us, and like one street on the other side, there's like a giant colony. It's basically as big as my hometown, I think.
Yeah, because you come from a very small village.
But I feel like there's like 500 of those gardens
More.
on that plot. Yeah, probably.
More. It's a thing over here.
Because it goes until the station, I believe.
That sounds really cool, but a lot of work to maintain. Yes, and they have guidelines and rules. You don't just pay to have one, you also have to stick to the, I don't know, club rules kind of. Like, all of them have their own little sets.
Basically, it's Germany. There are laws here that say like, oh, if your house is this old and important, we decide what's in your garden. You have to have this specific tree. It needs to be this distance from the edge of the street. You cannot move it. You need to have these plants next to it, and your hedge can only have 2,000 leaves or you get fined. Basically, that's Germany in a nutshell.
What Tifa fails to understand is that this is a UNESCO World Culture Heritage issue, and if you wouldn't stick to these rules, it wouldn't be a UNESCO World Culture Heritage thing. Hence, it is being protected to keep it the way it was back then.
Sure.
Jack, are you okay? Do you smell toast? Yeah, and I feel like the more she talks about this whole thing, half of my body seems to be going limp.
We ourselves do not own a colony. I looked it up once for fun because after moving here, I never used a garden at home, but after coming here, I kinda started missing it. But it's super expensive. Basically, one of those costs more than rent.
You also wouldn't own a whole colony garden, you would only own...
You would rent the place, I
your
guess.
little unit.
I don't own a colony.
Thank you, Tifa. Thank you for reiterating that. In the 21st century, the people you can currently watch, us, we are not colonists. Germany is not a colonial empire anymore.
I feel like we should now get one just so that I can say I'm a colonist.
No, you should not do that, because without proper explanation, which is way too long and stops being funny halfway through, people will misunderstand you horribly.
Fun fact is though, they are so popular that there's like a 4-year waiting list before you could even get one nowadays anyway.
Isn't it colonialist if you're the one who owns it? Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Colonial.
But I think that is the kind of person that, you know, in historical context is something else. Over here we would just call them garden owners, basically. I mean, the term is different, but that would be the meaning of that term. So.
I'll make a little video of the ones we have behind our house. Those are pretty small.
I'm with Evie on this one. Anyway, how's your sex life?
Oh yeah, Byakuya's dead.
Remember video games? I do. That was fun, right?
Maybe we should find out who killed him.
Remember how roughly 35 minutes ago we pressed the start streaming button in OBS to play Danganronpa 2 today?
Well.
Survive! Trying, and every attempt to get out of this conversation so far has been shut down, so Would you
It's just overreacting.
Would you like to try again?
Sure.
Would you like to play video games today?
Sure.
Amazing. Let's do this.
Isn't the Colonist also a game? Bring it.
I need an overlay. We will be right back. Technical difficulties and then just the sounds of us beating each other up.
I am quite...
I knew she'd do that. Yes, of course. It's the one thing she does. Derail things, basically.
I'm quite sure it's a board game, though. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry I derailed this. No, you didn't. You didn't. Fody, never apologize. You didn't.
Fody did start this.
No. No.
Actually, Bev started it by saying she wanted to know what our street looked like. And our street is filled with column. Never mind.
Our street is not filled with columns. That would be disgusting and also painful to the people who are then lacking their columns.
I was gonna say it, but the word kind of died off.
Like I hope this conversation would have 29 minutes ago.
No, that's a problem.
Let's try to segue into this. So recap for everyone that...
My favorite letter is Colonies.
Now, once again, recap. I give up. This is beyond salvation.
Byakuya is dead.
Oh my god.
He got killed by an eeny beeny tiny knife, which was hidden in the box because he put all the cutlery in there and it was complete. So
this indeed does appear to be one of the kitchen knives that was missing. Yes.
Yeah, so someone got into the box.
No, Skinner, that is not my favorite letter. Not at all. Never have I felt worse for Jack. My one saving grace is that all of you were here to share the pain. You know how sometimes they say if you talk about it, it makes the pain easier to bear, or it makes it go away? In this case, sharing the pain just means everyone suffers equally with me.
I don't even know what to do anymore. If I use English incorrectly, it's not right. If I use it correctly, like in this case, it's not right.
When you mispronounce words, we can all laugh. When you use words correctly, but are completely lacking the sociological awareness of what it is you're saying.
But I added garden.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fody.
I never thought that talking about overpriced, misplaced gardens would give us a 30-minute mental and cardio workout. Thank you. Tifa, you're perfect. You bring the spice of life.
I bring the colonies.
I will give you money to stop talking. How much do you want?
50.
Fine, done. Done. Thank you. Oh my god. Now, can we please try to get into this video game?
For 50 bucks, yeah. Oh, this is your line.
Don't even. Don't even. That's it. Sending Tifa to a colony of Neat Island. Yes, please. I am fully behind this. So, serious moment. The light just got killed. One of us was looking for the... You're not helping.
What? I'm just waiting for you to start the game.
My favorite letter is inflicting pain on the people watching this.
Don't worry.
Just by existing and speaking. Somehow. every day, basically. I don't know how it keeps happening. But yeah, we were missing Byakuya. We went outside to look for the people who have left room we were stuck in. And now we have found that Byakuya appears to be dead. This derailment is on par with Swafflecopter now. Yeah.
I think Swafflecopter lasted like a full hour though. But now I got $50 to stop, so...
You can invest it into a garden. No. Garden. See, all you had to do was just say that one word. And
yeah, but a garden is typically attached to your house.
Beth just said ants have colonies. Yes, let's talk about that.
Exactly. That is very true. So why is that accepted?
Because we're ants. And while you occasionally display the mental capacities of an ant, it is generally accepted that you are a human, in fact, not just an ant. Sorry, not just an ant. Ants are amazing, not an ant.
Fine.
So yes, it is different if you have a colony, if you were to have a colony, compared to an ant queen having a colony. You understand the difference between humans and ants, right?
Hey Foxy, how are you doing?
Hello Foxy. I'm an aunt, but I don't have a colony. Also fair. Welcome to the Colonies stream. Yeah, today we learned about words. I can't believe this is happening. Evie, did you expect this to happen when you kept pushing for us to play Danganronpa? Because this is what happens.
I don't think this has anything to do with...
Even by Tifa standards, this is atrocious. Never once.
But I can't even go into it because I...
You know what we should get into? This video game.
Yes.
I don't even remember how to do the words and voices anymore. But it just adds to the humor. Yeah. At this point, this is basically prop comedy. Like...
Just chatting away while he's laying there dead.
My favorite letter is social experiment. How long can you laugh at the dumb things we say while looking at the picture of the dead Byakuya? Basically.
Technically, this was very educational because now you guys all know what it is.
Forever.
Hendrik, how are you doing?
Hendrik, if I can ever request one thing of you, if you have missed the last... basically everything since the start of the stream, I believe you do owe it to yourself to at some point go back and watch the VOD. Because, yeah, you have missed lots. Lots. It got wild.
Not really. It was very educational.
I'm doing my hair, so I'm mostly looking in the mirror. Nice.
Awesome.
No.
Now let's see if we can get to that investigation song to know if the game works.
Remember how I was worried that the game might break once we get to that part?
Well, so far it's running fine.
Thank you for making me not worry about that for 40 minutes almost.
It's been running for 30 minutes without crashing. Oh, how are you doing, Hendrik? How was your day off yesterday? Did you enjoy it?
Alright, how about this?
Well, I'm ready to play.
Yeah, I think we still need a moment. And that's fine, honestly. But let's not try to mix the two things. Because I don't think that will go either way.
Jack has crashed.
Jack.exe has crashed. Yeah, blue screen, basically.
No.
No. Snow day just after doing garden stuff. Talking about gardens.
The weather is absolutely nuts, to be honest. Like today the weather was really good, but yesterday it was hailing. It's super weird.
And do you know why Tifa knows that the weather was nice? Because she could see the gardens outside our apartment.
Did you enjoy the snow at least, Andre?
Yes, did you get to enjoy the snow? Did you get to go outside and build a snowman or something?
Also, I can't talk about the topic anymore because I lose $50.
Did I trigger something? Yeah, basically. Basically, you did. It's not on you. Tifa did.
No, Fody and Beth did.
Hello, Shrift. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing?
It was all on them. Hey, Shrift, how are you doing?
It has my favorite letter is X reference. What? I doubt that.
I think that video, that video is older than we are, but...
Yeah. I'm gonna watch that later. Thank you for the link. Now, where did my chat go? Oh my god, this is a mess.
Did you close chat?
No, I just put it back.
There.
I accept responsibility. You didn't do anything. Honestly, it's Tifa not understanding how to speak.
I spoke correctly. I used the right words. I'm just saying. Also, I hate the shitty snow. If it doesn't stick, like, it better not snows. Can't do anything with that.
Yeah, slushy nonsense. I agree, that is a shame.
Yeah. That's just shitty. See? You learned something. You all learned something today.
My favorite letter is education about German customs and culture. Basically.
Yeah.
In this stream, Tifa educates us about how uneducated she is. Isn't that every streamer? I'm not disagreeing. I wholeheartedly agree, but that's kind of every stream. Most streams. I'm being mean. Most streams. No?
Can't really argue.
Yeah. Also, why is stuff connecting and disconnecting? I don't like this. Are we still live?
Our internet's working.
We appear to still be live.
Yeah, it's not doing it on this one at least.
So, now that everyone is here, how about we
Move it to this one.
pretend the warm-up didn't have us try to actually start getting into the game about 420 times, and we play some Danganronpa 2 now.
Sure.
Amazing.
I'll send a video tomorrow, Fody.
Now, this is the first time we see this scene today.
So, Bjerke is dead.
Yeah, we can skip that.
Seems like the murder weapon is a kitchen knife, night vision goggles.
Fast forward.
No clue where that comes from. Start your line.
Guess who just finished the trial number 2 in Danganronpa 2? Not us, but I imagine it was you.
You did already play through the whole games already, right?
I mean, the free trial. Nice. Hope it's still fun.
Nice. Awesome. Oh, hiccup. Sorry. Skinner with the resub. Thank you so much.
I needed this. Finally, something to segue into what the stream was supposed to be about. Just ignoring the nice message you sent. Skinner. Oh, time for Bean Hell. That's a yes, I guess. Oh, look. Guess what we're doing? Still no Danganronpa. No. Where's the music?
We're gonna get past that screen.
What did the song just give?
I do not know.
What's a Danganronpa? An amazing series of visual novels with quite gruesome content, actually. Can recommend.
We used to play it, but it's been a while.
I've played the first one. It took quite a while, but we got through it. And I started playing the second one a while ago, but lately I haven't continued it.
I'm ready.
Thank you for explaining.
Wait. Oh man, I wanted to pick them.
Yeah, you get to pick. Right after I took them out.
That's the same one? No. Cheers.
Clink.
To you, Skinner. Cheers.
This one's for you.
For the colony. Skinner said it, not me. not sure what this is.
Toothpaste. Again, out of all the bad ones, not the worst.
Seems to be a mixture between grass and boogers.
Like out of all the bad ones, this is the best one in my book. Tifa's looked like booger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a booger, a grassy booger one. I guess like when you fall face down in the grass and then eat your booger, it tastes like this.
Cow's booger.
That's what I can imagine.
Tifa, you do realize that if Skinner says something, when you repeat it, that means you also said it, right?
Yeah, you may have a point. Let me rephrase. Skinner started it.
Evie, bless your heart for still trying to fix this train wreck. That's very sweet, thank you.
I can't get the booger out of my tooth.
Even though technically I ate a bad bean, I still feel like a winner. Because honestly, their version of toothpaste, at least the one I just had now, it tastes like mint.
I haven't had the toothpaste one yet. I have
Slightly
had the
sweet.
soap one. It's very chemical.
No, I don't hate this. It's okay. How can you feel like a winner sitting next to Tifa?
How can you not?
Easy. Trying to keep it positive, and I'm considering that we all had almost 47 minutes of mind-boggling experiences. And that's worth something.
It wasn't really mind-boggling.
You know, like when you fall face first in the grass and then eat your boogers? No. Yeah, Andrew, me neither.
I would say it's something like that.
Nagito Komreda gave you a shred of his luck. Rejoice in his warmth embrace.
Bacon, how are you doing? My favorite letter is any eating time.
Bacon?
Still got booger in my tooth.
If you ever got about 47 minutes of your time to kill and you feel like you need to lose some brain cells, watch this
You will
ball.
gain brain cells.
No, you don't. You will learn things you didn't know you wanted to learn.
Oh no. No, no. No, no, no. Why do I always get that in my head nowadays?
Because you recently downloaded TikTok to see how it works, and that is a song that you hear about 20 minutes per half an hour you spend on that app.
Yeah, I know, right? It immediately gets stuck. Just watching the vids for that sound now.
Shrift, if you want to command like that, there's an option for that.
You might even be able to use it already.
But I don't know. I don't know if I can see how many points people have. I'm sad I missed it now. Oh no, you're not. You will retroactively be happy you missed it if you do ever see it. But
There it is.
there you go. Now let us know what you wanted to do, and then we will do that after the stream.
Yes. Send the text you want and we shall add it.
Unless Tifa starts talking about German gardening habits again and kills a good hour. Bacon!
Holy shit, bacon!
Thank you for the gifts up. Thank you so much. Does that mean I have to eat another bean? Please do tell.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Here enters the prophet of Nagito Komaeda. You bet. Nice. Let me copy that
You got it?
and put that in here. I may have to watch ads, but now you don't. Oh my god.
Oh,
Fabulous!
Yeah. Holy shit, fabulous coming
Thank you
in.
so much. Now my trip to turn around and stretch out my arm will be for 2 beans. Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank you very
Skinner,
much.
bacon, fabulous.
Oh no, bacon is subbed again.
Unsub, unsub. Fabulous, you have like 10 seconds to get your money back.
What?
You can undo subs within X amount of seconds.
Oh yeah, true.
For the people that just won the shout out.
Yeah, which is messed up if you ask me.
So thank you guys so much. How was your shot, Fabulous?
Did you already have
How
it?
was the stabbing? I think Fabulous went before.
No. Thank you.
Wait, you looked at them.
I did, and I see that there is one in both of them. If there isn't now, because now I mixed them so that now I don't know which one is in which hand, we get a swap.
No, that's not how this works.
Then you risk getting fucked twice.
Okay, wait, let me first get a hand and then let me decide. Yeah, okay.
No.
We swap. No.
You said
we
no.
swap. No. You cheated.
No.
It's double bar.
Enjoy. Look, with my invisible beam. Thank you, greed screen.
I'm gonna do these both. I'm gonna do both of them. Word like a
I
fucking
tried to
motherfucker.
keep you from having that.
Yeah, then swap
No,
with me now.
you said no.
Wow.
That's what you get.
Great.
Thank you both so much. Which one do I start with?
You cheated.
Also, no, it hurts like a motherfucker.
I hope it passes
I'm very
quickly.
sorry to hear that, and I hope it doesn't get worse like it did with a couple other people. Ah. I don't know what I'm eating. Oh, this is the dirt one. Evie, she didn't put dirt in my eyes, but she put dirt in my mouth.
I wish I could rub it in your eye now. Whoa.
Tifa's always making Jack take the worst ones. This is karma. Groundhog, 100%. Look at little Jack Jr. Gonna cry.
Fabulous, take it easy. Sit down.
Have a glass of water. Chill.
Maybe a cup of tea.
Maybe try to get some sleep if you can. I know that's a stretch, but still. Get
Skip
some
on the
rest.
barf beans.
Did you take both at once?
No.
Idiot.
I'm being fair.
This is not booger. What is this?
Give me this.
What am I eating? Oh my god! You know what this is?
What?
Green apple.
What?
Fuck you. Basically.
Good thing the ice in
Mwah.
the health
Thank you
section.
so much. First one hurt my arm much worse, but second one made my whole body suffer. I'm very much now looking forward to when we eventually get vaccines.
How big are your needles? And it's like those bigger piercing needles.
Oh, eat your bean.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
Not tasty.
First one could barely move my arm without wanting to cry the next day. That is...
And that seems to be the case with most people, though. Actually, I think the only one that went through it without any problems was Evie, no?
Yeah. Evie, did you also have these?
At least I don't recall you saying your arm hurts.
No, it's true. I mean, I'm happy to hear that, but... Yeah, no, I don't
Most
recall
people
Evie saying
seem to
anything about
have that problem. Apparently it hits like a truck. That is my cable. Thank
You
very
gotta
much.
be a princess to get this vaccine, right? That's what that means.
Slightly sore, okay, that's not too bad.
But that kind of pain is just a total joke.
Yeah, I guess it just depends. I don't even remember the last time I got a shot.
Knowing my luck, it's gonna be like... For me, it's gonna be like everyone who's not Evie. And it will feel like my arm is gonna fall off. But... Yeah. I'm probably gonna be in the camp that feels like the arm has just been ripped out of my body. Feels like someone just rocked your shoulder, like they punched the fuck out of it. It's just the government nanobots uploading all of your most personal information.
No, Fabulous, you got this. Take it easy. Maybe don't babysit all of the kids today if you have to.
Yeah. And try to not use your arm too much.
Exactly. Nice cup of tea, relaxing day. All shall be well.
My mom has a high pain tolerance. My sisters both got it from her, but not me. Sorry about that.
I kind of want to say I disagree because like your training workouts are already pain to me.
You'll get your money back if you answer the following math problem. What is... if I can take a piece of paper, I can try to figure this out. 12
plus 36 plus 635 divided, minus 23 divided by 21. And
so,
what's the point? Times?
Let's make this easier already. 21 times 6 is 120, 126. Then we have...
I'm not a math person anymore.
48. Actually, no, 36 minus 23. 13 plus 12 is 25 is 660. It is 660 divided by 126 and 126.
I used to give blood and I have deep veins. Oh, wiggling needles in your arm to get to the vein, that sucks.
Ah, that's horrible.
Yeah, I remember giving blood like last year before the pandemic, and like the moment they touched my arm, I was bleeding like a cow. I was done in like 2 minutes. I was very lucky with that. Like I do not want to experience that. Like I don't really mind needles, but that, no. Just no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jack's still calculating. Out loud.
Yeah, basically.
I had to think of it like this. I've been through hell. This trash shot is nothing compared to that. That is very true.
That's
a good way to look at it.
That is very true. How many digits, how many decimal digits do you want?
Just come up with that number.
5.04 something 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 something.
Is he right?
The point is multiplication.
Can I calculate it now?
Well, it's 21 times 6 and 12 plus 36 plus 635 minus 23 divided by the product of 21 times 6.
I made it up. Didn't you get the answer at least? Let's have a look now.
I'm confused. So, what did I miss?
Everything I already read out.
PEMDAS! Yes, Groundhog. Basically that.
What's the thingy between 21 and 6 times?
Times. No, you fucked it up.
Oh yeah, you can't do it like that in...
Correct. It's 21 times 6.
Yeah. Okay.
And you divide the part before the divided by that. Anyway.
I used to give plasma all the time. That is awesome. I actually wanted to do that as well. Just the way to get there is really annoying from here. And then in the end, I never did.
I have big visible surface level veins. Oh, so do I. That is something I got from my grandfather. Like if I lift something,
tiny bit.
For the next like 5 minutes afterwards, you can see veins all over my arm. It doesn't matter what I lift, it can be an apple. So it's not like I'm lifting. Like getting my tattoo hurt more, especially down by my wrist, but the needle wiggling inside was just nah. Yes.
That is not nice.
They had to put me under once for a checkup, and after getting my blood sample taken the day before, just needle in, draw the blood, needle out, in like 30 seconds, she was done, the nose. When they put me under, it took her 12 attempts, and basically it felt like she stabbed me in the arm, through the elbow 12 times, and I could feel her move the needle in my...
Also, why am I not allowed to talk about it, but you can? Also, fabulous! Thank you for the unicorn dogs.
Unicorn dogs. Oh yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
This is freaking me out. I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah, usually that's me. This time it's Jack. Like, what's going on?
Sorry. Back to the dead body. Yes.
Yeah, let's go to the dead body.
Let's talk about things that make us flinch less. Let's talk about Biagria.
Yes, who has been laying dead under the table for an hour.
Basically. Wow, Skinner. Wow. Just wow. I'm putting this on so at least you have music.
Don't we have music?
In the game?
Yeah.
Do you look at the top left?
Oh.
What song is currently playing?
I don't know.
Tell.
Like
Today's menu is everything but Danganronpa, apparently. This talk of needles is making me anxious. I'm sorry, I completely did not think of that before I started telling the story.
It's almost like you're me.
Moral of the story?
Why do you have a pillow on the...
For my tailbone. Also, check that the kept working.
It is not working.
Looks like it crashed.
Yeah. Good thing I went back to check, because it does not work. Now it does.
Now it shouldn't.
Why do you have a pillow there?
For my ass, basically. Do you still see my hand?
Yeah.
How do you check what I'm doing?
Working.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Show me again.
Now, do you see my hand or not?
No.
That's what I mean. Still connecting. I love tech issues on top of everything.
My favorite letter is... Oh, I see your hand.
Amazing.
One sec.
Now, to avoid more issues with my tailbone...
It is a bit laggy, so I'm gonna warn for Super Saiyan mode today.
Yeah, that could be. Waiting
Jack
for you.
Just sped up, so there is a chance it's gonna act up. Seizure warning.
Beware of flashing lights.
Oh, you got a pillow for your coccyx.
See, yesterday you gave me crap for using that word so much, so now I started using tailbone, but now it's you.
Tailbone is better, actually.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And is it better?
13. Dramatically.
Very good. That's what solves your problem.
14. 15.
Still spreading your legs, but other than that.
Now I have a dedicated tailbone pillow. Ultimate lag.
Yeah, doesn't really feel like doing anything today.
Foxy, are you trying to make us do your homework for you? Because spoilers, I'm not good at math. I don't think you want my answers.
If we do your homework, you might fail, just so you know.
Yeah.
Groundhog, it's safe to look again. You can open your eyes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, now let's find out if this song will crash the game or not.
Now we're back to just us on screen, so...
Actually, it's not this song, but what comes while we're investigating, no?
I want to see how you do math. Wrong stream, sorry. This is not a math stream. We fail at video games and basically everything else, but not math. No.
From now on, it is officially a Danganronpa stream.
That only took us an hour.
Yeah. Poor Byakuya. Byakuya.
Let's try to find out what actually happened to him now. For the rest of my life, I will never forget what I saw. What I saw the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami, already dead and beyond recognition.
Well, it's hard
He's
to
laying
recognize.
on his face.
Yeah.
Take your order of operation problems somewhere else. Ooh, I like the design of the title cards.
Not bad.
Why is Byakuya? It's a beautiful question.
Yeah, it was gonna probably follow up with dead. Murdered. Killed.
Oh yeah, she cannot see, or she doesn't deal well with seeing blood. Wasn't that her thing?
I think that was the nurse, no? That screamed.
Yeah. Why is eggs? Yeah. Wherefore art thou, Byakuya? My favorite letter is Jack doing math. Nah. No.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a horrible stream. And we get sued for teaching people the wrong methods.
Yes, and being wrong at math. Oh, that was my hero, I think. Wendy.
Okay.
Could be.
I forgot what her name was.
I did not look at the name.
For some reason, the names don't stick as well in this one.
Byakuya.
Yeah, that one I get.
Jack.
Let's steal you.
I just stood there horrified as showers of scream rang out behind me, as I gazed quietly at the body of my former friend.
Why? I want to see the body. Or like the full body.
I was like, wait, that's not what she said.
She already said it herself.
Oh yeah.
What is this?
So, question is, who did it? I'm saying Yakuza kid.
Mechanic.
He has no motive.
Yeah, but he left the room with the blackout, returned, and then Byakuya was gone.
Yeah, but he has no motive.
Almost none of them have a motive.
Yeah, Yakuza kid and Byakuya were fighting earlier.
Yeah, but are they really gonna make such an obvious one again?
Oh,
This is the first chapter, but I want to go with not him because he seems too obvious.
I mean, I understand that it would be kind of obvious, but A, this is the first trial. And
Yes.
I imagine they made this game assuming that the people that played the first game, so I would be okay if the difficulty kind of picks off somewhere around the ending.
I want to actually see the body first before I...
Hey!
It's impossible.
Are you kidding me?
Don't mess with me. This must be some kind of mistake.
This can't be real blood, right? It's got to be something like jam or sauce. Because if not, this is...
What the hell?
Good gracious. Things quickly took a turn for the worse. My. Now this is interesting.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Ew.
What? I'll throw a fit if it's... Bacon, I think this damn bear is in all 4 Danganronpa games.
I have a feeling, yeah. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Monokuma.
You will see plenty of this bear.
On this tropical paradise known as Jabberwock Island, the very first murder has finally taken place.
Murder?
Could it be?
Hold on, then does this mean
Yeah, of course.
there's 4 of them? Yes.
Well, in this game it's only 2 so far. Him and the pink version.
4 games.
Oh. Hands up.
There's a
Too
whole
late.
colony of them.
Blame Fabulous.
I don't know about that, but...
That's right!
Byakuya was killed by one of you.
What?
Of course.
If you look at the body, you can tell instantly he was obviously murdered. He has such a horrible expression on his face, don't you think?
We don't see his face.
I think that's the point. A face filled with regrets that his life was ended by force, all thanks to someone else's selfish desires. To have a dying face such as this. If this isn't murder, then what the heck could it be?
Speaks for itself. Yeah.
It does speak for itself. Byakuya was most likely sacrificed by someone who really wanted to leave this island.
Also, Groundhog, go play with that cat. It obviously needs to play with it. Oh, only after something bad has happened.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
When
Imagine what happens if you let Tifa set up bot commands.
Carved round. Just write down that.
Thank you very much. My favorite letter is feedback. I threw all 4 of them and now that he has awakened from his nap. Nice.
It's always time for a nap, Bacon.
Play with all 4 toys with a cat at the same time.
Multiplaying. I already did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Maybe you should listen.
Huh? Lies. It's all lies. You're lying that he was murdered. Murdered. The moment I screamed that word, a thick, muddy feeling of despair swelled within my body, which means that I accepted the fact that Byakuya was murdered.
What is this?
Oh look, he's back.
Is that really Byakuya?
Why?
Why did this happen? Why Byakuya? I see. It appears Fuyuhiko is the only one who isn't here.
What are you gonna do?
So, in the spirit of keeping everyone on the same page, how about we do this the usual way? Ding dong. Dong ding. That is not the usual way. I
It's
object.
also a different sound.
I know.
Has been discovered. Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin.
Class trial?
Hey,
I've already explained this to you, right? If one of you gets murdered, the rest of you have to debate who you think is the blackened.
You're telling us to figure out who the killer is?
That's right. From this point on, you guys must investigate and uncover the blackened culprit.
that's impossible.
It can't be. Someone actually killed? There's no way. If you make an outburst like that, you'll end up being a suspect.
That's actually not true. You can also just keep talking about ghosts and you will never be suspicious.
No, it's not that suspicious.
Not at all. I don't remember if I told you how he likes to play fetch, but I have to throw the toys down the spiral staircase in my parents' room, and he loves to hide and seek the aspect of trying to find them in the messy room downstairs. Also only when he wants to. That is
That
adorable.
is really cute.
That is absolutely adorable. You first.
Ding dong, bing bong bong, bing ding dong.
Ding dong, bing bong, bong, bing ding dong.
Very ASMR.
Beautiful choice. Thank you very much. I won't believe it. One of us killed Byakuya. There's no way something as hopeless as that would ever happen.
I wouldn't have used the word hopeless here, but I guess we had to put hope somewhere.
Nagito's afraid of your ASMR. As well he should be.
If you're actually thinking that way, it means you guys are already being conned by the killer. Come on, let's hurry up and begin. An impassioned, life-risking battle between you guys and the Blackened. And it's already started.
Who's your prime suspect? Yakuza kid.
Mechanic dude.
The answer is
Until I've seen the body.
Ooh, time to go back to work.
Bacon.
Thank you for hanging out on your lunch break with us. Thank you
for the
everything.
gifts up.
Thank you for the gifts up.
Thanks for hanging. Have an awesome day at work. You got this. Almost weekend. Kick butts.
What she said. Bye.
Bye. It started the moment one of you plotted to kill someone. What are you saying?
You can't.
Everyone, please, you cannot. You should not believe what Monokuma says. No matter how much you interfere, there's only ever one truth.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I mean, in the last game it was kind of established that Monokuma also does, or well, at least Junko in her function as Monokuma didn't give a fuck and kill people. So, do the rules matter now, so it was actually another student, or is this all again just a setup to get rid of people to make us all hate each other?
I would say it's an actual kill.
On my grandfather's...
Name.
You have a grandpa?
On my grandfather's...
Great.
Hey!
Grave? Your grandpa is dead? What happened to him?
Grandfather's...
Plain.
Emergency!
What happened to your grandpa? Why are we even going into this? Did his plane crash?
This is kind of depressing.
I don't even know where to begin. At this rate.
You ain't my comedy partner anymore. It hurt so much when you hit me with a charging corkscrew attack.
This is gonna be a recurring thing, right? Where Monokuma just abuses the fuck out of Usami?
I think so. Did you see that? This stunning display of power. Defy your big brother and I will show you no mercy.
Fuyuhiko Kuzuro, the ultimate Yakuza, has been accused of murdering Byakuya Togami, the ultimate affluent progeny by Jack, whose favorite letter is eggs. Sounds suspicious.
I really don't think it's Teru. I seriously believe it's not him. Peko could still be a possibility because she was guarding the chest with the kitchen knife that was in there, but leaving that there is also a bit too obvious. So are they gonna go like game 1, where it's gonna be a super obvious thing, or are they not going to be? Need to see a tiny bit more, but for now, mechanic dude.
Gonna wash these dishes and then jump in the shower. Thank you for the lurk, thank you for hanging out, thank you for having so much fun with us earlier. Love you. Hope to see you soon.
Everything he said.
Well, I'm imagining either they're gonna go with a really low-hanging fruit that it is Yakuza Kid because he and Byakuya had a disagreement yesterday in-game, or we will find the thing that gives motive to whoever actually did it in the duraluminum case that Byakuya kept carrying around and was looking after the whole night until he got killed.
Well, that's what we're... Also, Peko was looking after that. So let's find out. I will harden my heart and teach you a lesson you won't soon forget. If only I had my magic stick. Also, can we have our free time with her? Because we have the broken stick.
I don't think so.
I'd be able to fight back against Monokuma.
Fine.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave the whiny rabbit loser alone and get on with the investigation. Now then, in the spirit of lovey-doubt and dovey deception, put your heart and soul into investigation.
I'm gonna try to save as close as possible to the investigation part in case the game crashes being messed with.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We should soon get to the song you edited.
Yoo-hoo!
I wish you the best of luck. Okay, check the body first.
And with that, Monokuma vanished, leaving those of us who were grief-stricken alone with our despair.
What is this?
What does this mean? I don't understand this at all. A search for Byakuya's killer? Why did it turn out like this?
What's going on?
Give me a break. Why do I have to be involved with this horrible situation?
You can't doubt each other, because you're all friends.
Understand?
But Mr. Ham really did get killed, right? And if we don't find out who the killer is, we're all gonna get killed, right?
Wait.
That being said, I cannot abide by this. Now that I have finally made friends, there's no way I can doubt them.
So,
Seriously? Did you even listen to what I said? It doesn't matter if you can abide by this or not. We gotta do this to survive, right? Then we have no choice but to do this.
I won't forgive you.
No! Friends doubting friends is a major no-no.
What about friends stabbing friends to death?
Laugh, laugh?
No, not right now, clearly. Just go away already, you useless piece of trash.
Wawa? Treats are scary.
Do we really have to do it?
But
No, I don't want to do something like that.
no.
I don't want to do it either. That sounds so scary.
However,
Technically, the nurse is the best shot to check the body. However, it is just as Hiyoko said. If we're going to get killed for not doing it, then we must do it.
But still, I can't believe one of us killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe it. There's no way. So, for that reason,
Yep.
I'll do it. I'll investigate Byakuya's death. I will do my best to prove there is no killer among us. There's no need to deceive or doubt each other. What we need to fight is not ourselves,
There's no mistake.
but that which is trying to crush us. This despair. Look at him being like that.
Yep.
Are we going to do the whole class trial this stream? I guarantee you we're not. Yeah, I'm with Evie on this one.
Probably not, no.
It is dramatically unlikely.
Especially since we only have like 2 hours max before we should
Have to
wrap
head
it
to
up.
bed.
Exactly. I don't think we're gonna make that.
Unless we somehow go through a time warp, we go much faster than we normally do. Unlikely.
Yeah, but the investigation and the trial in that time? I don't think so.
Like I'm saying, incredibly unlikely. This hopeless reality, that's the real enemy we need to fight. If I'm going to survive this, then I have to fight it.
Oh, hiccups.
You okay?
It's the barf. Before you start, can I say something?
Well,
Are the trials that long in this game?
Are all of them like much longer than in the first game?
Or is it more based on how we play? Because I get both.
Yeah, both are equally valid. Like both of them.
Tomorrow we are not playing Danganronpa because tomorrow is our day off. We will play on Friday though.
Both.
Oh.
That's fair. Since we're off tomorrow, you will probably find us watching Evie play video games, and you should be there too.
Yes,
Just
on
saying.
around the same time as us, usually like
Half an
30
hour
to
before us.
45 minutes before our usual
Yes.
go live time.
And dramatically better at video games. X2.
Much better.
Yes. And I'm guessing without the Shoryuken again, since you also skipped the Hadouken upgrade. Looking forward to X2. I think that one I've only played like a couple times. I finished it, because I did when I bought the Legacy collection of Mega Man X, but I played that one very little. I remember there being a snail in that one. That's something for you. You know, you're both awfully slow.
I do like snails. Snails are cute.
Yes, we are. Snails are adorable.
In closed circle detective games, the player usually has to decide on who's going to guard the crime scene. What should we do?
I know.
Oh yeah, it would be bad if the killer destroyed the evidence and got away with it. Destroyed the evidence?
Pointing!
Look, over there, the big, bulky, brawny guy is perfect for the guard job. I think he still needs to poop.
What the heck? What happened?
Man.
That guy has a sensitive heart despite his looks. Is that what that means?
Hey.
I can be the one who watches the crime scene. I don't have enough confidence to investigate the body, and it's not like I have the brains either. I'll just stay by Byakuya's side. That's the least I can do. That's what guard duty is, right? My hero.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my very best to not get in your way.
Yes.
I have medical training, so if it's not too much trouble, I can perform an autopsy, please. So you're going to stay as well? Is that okay? And what specifically should we be doing now? I have no idea.
It's pretty obvious we're all just amateurs. Going through each grain of sand on the beach just to find a clue would be a waste of time. The only ones who can do that are the police. There's no way amateurs like us would be able to do that.
Hey.
So let's first rely on our intuition. Start from there and prove that none of us could have killed Byakuya.
But to perform an autopsy on your friend? How cruel. But I have no choice, right? There's no way I could do something like decline, right?
I won't believe.
Byakuya got killed. I don't believe that at all. Fine. I'm in.
You are right.
If we are to survive, this is our only path.
Isn't it more cruel to leave the murder unsolved? I would agree.
I would say so as well.
Yeah.
But it's cruel in the way that as friends, as high schoolers, they even have to do something like that.
This is the worst.
Something like this is the only thing we can do in order to stay alive.
Finding out who the killer is, that's our only hope for survival. Something like this is hope. Even so, I still gotta do it. And?
Monokuma, we want to hear the song.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
This is a good point to save.
save again.
You thought it was time for the investigation, but...
It's time for anything but Danganronpa.
The Monokuma
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yeah, we need a file.
Debated.
Hey!
Just as I thought, you amateurs need this, right?
What the hell is a Monokuma file?
I don't like this.
Jeez. Or jeez. Like Wendy. Explaining the rules all the time really breaks my bones.
Why you?
Well, it's not like I have bones in the first place. Like, don't even make me say such lame jokes.
Allow me to explain.
Let's see. The Monokuma file contains precise and detailed information regarding the dead body.
What?
I've brought it to ya so you guys can smoothly proceed with the investigation. I'm such a nice guy.
How did Monokuma already investigate the body?
He always has a thing. He's basically watching what happens.
Yes, but they are always based on visual cues.
Who says they don't have night vision?
Fair enough. Yeah, good point.
I really don't think, if there's even something like night goggles, probably in the shop, that he can't see in the dark. I'm so nice, I want to be known as the Mother Teresa of the mascot world. Seems right. Give me some water too. Nice, you say? You're just a selfish meanie.
What's this?
My. Monomi the meaningless mascot. Mascot. You're still here? Thank you.
A mascot is what you get if you have a mascot for a mask shop.
That was close.
You stupid brother!
At least she admits the other siblings. Don't put me in the meaningless mascot genre. Come on, let's go. Your turn is already up. Hurry up and get the hell out of here with me. Ouchie, don't pull my ears. They're gonna come off.
It's ouchie, not uchi.
It's Uchi.
No, this is not Dutch.
I don't care, it's Uchi.
I was gonna be productive while watching, but the cat decided to stop playing and sleep on my lap. Aww.
Can't be productive anymore.
Sorry, can't do anything today.
We could try to wake her up, but...
No. No, we will.
What was I saying we could?
Him.
Sorry.
True, him. Now, let's save again. It's the boy.
All the save files.
This is the most I've ever saved in the stream.
That is true,
They're
actually.
finally gone. The Monokuma file, huh? Anyway, I guess I should look it over just in case.
Oh.
The victim's body was discovered in the dining hall of the old building near the Hotel Mirai. The estimated time of death is 11:30 p.m. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and abdominal region, resulting in death.
Ouch.
Not ouch?
I kind of do like how they did the Monokuma file in this one.
Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries and no chemicals such as poison were detected.
Did not say how big the stab wounds are. Because I have a feeling he actually got skewered. With the missing...
So, Byakuya is really dead. Damn it. You promised there wouldn't even be one victim. Why'd you end up being one? Not true, he said he wouldn't let any of us die.
That is true.
I believe. A smart boy who plays fetch.
It's adorable.
It is.
Now he played so much fetch, it's time for nappings.
Yes. And now, I'll never know what you were going to say to me.
So he couldn't have been killed under the table.
While looking for what?
Well, there's no blood stains that lead towards the table, but he's laying on his...
I have a theory, you want to hear it?
What?
It's really dumb though.
The skewer went right through.
When the lights got turned off, he went over to his duraluminum box, which is on the left side of the screen and open. And the thing in there were the night vision goggles. So that he could see what the fuck was happening. Because he was prepared for the event that the lights got turned off. Then for some reason or other, he found the knife. I don't think the knife was the missing item earlier.
No, the knife set was complete.
Yeah, but he's holding a knife.
He's not holding it, it's laying next
It
to him.
is laying there. So I'm thinking the knife is completely unrelated, it just happens to be there.
I think the knife's just used as a distraction, so...
I believe he has been stabbed with a skewer through the floor. Because it was brought up several times that this is an old wooden building.
Yeah, they
and
did bring it up. Problem is...
Sorry. That the cracks, like in between the wooden, like...
But then he must have
beams?
been laying under the table already.
Yeah, getting the knife.
I don't think the knife was
And
already
then
under
someone
the table.
stabbed him from under the building. That's a long stretch. Let's find out.
No, that does make sense, but then if anything, he went under the table with night vision to see who would come in or something.
He was hiding because he's afraid of a dog.
Or that. But I don't think so.
Could it be? A traitor? No way. Just because he said a lot of serious things, it doesn't mean he was the traitor. Well, what am I thinking?
Oh.
Monokuma file 1 has been added to the truth bullet.
I was gonna say, what was the truth bullet here? But it's the Monokuma file.
Let's save again. I'm really not wanting this to crash and us losing a lot of progress. Anyway, we need to carefully examine everything. That's right, I need to do it. If we're gonna survive this, we need to do it. I have to prepare myself for the worst. Yes, it works.
It's not crashing.
Nice. Yeah, it shows the correct song, but it's playing the other one. Yes.
It works!
My favorite letter is a game modification.
Awesome.
Very happy right now.
I really expected it to crash, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I was
It still is our stream after all.
fully prepared for that event.
Oh, that would have been typical.
Yeah. I'm still gonna keep a backup copy of the files until we're done with the game, just in case it decides to do that
Just
at
in
some
case.
point.
Just in case, yeah.
Under this very table, Byakuya was... That's the good news. The bad news is I must move the kitty to get my charger. No!
Not the kitty.
Sorry, kitty. First, I should investigate the top of the table. Though the only thing on top of this table that really catches my eye is...
Do appreciate it though that you do not want to move the kitty to be productive, but you are willing to move the kitty to get the charger.
Yes, true. It took me a moment to occur to me too, but yes. Thank you.
That's really sweet.
This desk lamp. It looks like an antique lamp and it seems rather heavy. The power cord was connected to the outlet, so it would have been useless during the blackout. Other than that, there's nothing else on the table that really stands out to me, so... Now's not the time for me to flinch. Gotta do it. Laptop plugged in and cat back on lap. Nice.
All as it
Perfect
should be.
combination.
Now he can continue napping.
I let out a shout as if to encourage myself and quickly looked beneath the table.
Did he do the little merble though? Like the... That's super cute.
Yes. What's productivity? I don't know. I don't know. Wish I could tell you. Also,
What?
the knife was taped underneath the table.
Oh yeah, you're right. Seems to be the case.
Yeah.
I said it didn't
I'm
look like
smart.
tape earlier.
Well, yeah, because we couldn't fully see it. Immediately, I noticed an unexplainable smell like rusted iron hanging in the air. And during the stinging pain in the back of my eyes, I slowly shifted my gaze toward Byakuya's body. Byakuya Togami, the ultimate affluent progeny. He was the kind of guy who said a lot of hurtful things, but he tried his best to lead everyone. Why? Why did he have to end up like this? The only thing I can do right now, for Byakuya's sake, is to uncover the truth behind his death.
Well, check it all.
What is this? Looks like binoculars, but why is there a pair of binoculars under the table?
Hey,
Hajime, those aren't binoculars. Then what are they?
perhaps
Those are probably night vision goggles. Night vision goggles? I've seen them at the supermarket on this island. They also stock self-defense kits too. I remember the night vision goggles. I don't remember the rest of the stuff. If that's the case, did the killer use these night vision goggles to kill Byakuya during the blackout? Truth bullet. Something stuck to the back of the table. Is this duct tape? There seems to be paint applied to the non-sticky side of the duct tape. In the dim light beneath the table it seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint?
It was on a knife. That confirms that it was...
Glowing paint, so I guess the knife was used for the killing. Because it was put there specifically to be able to be found in the dark.
Oh, he's floating.
Yes. Yes,
Well,
it
the
does
question
look
is,
like
what's he doing under the table? Because he obviously got killed there. Could it be that he had, or it could also have been that he had it stuck under the table.
And
that the blood just splashed over it because it's
actually,
not completely...
yeah. It doesn't look like it got pulled out of someone. Yeah, true.
Like, it looks a bit weird compared to the splashes on the ground, but... Judging from direction, it just got splashed on it.
Yeah. True. Idea! I can brush the kitty when I'm being productive. I think
That
just
is
having the
definitely
cat
being productive.
nap on you is also very productive. But brushing the cat, very sweet.
No time wasted with a cat on you. Never.
A bloody knife. Is this the weapon that killed Byakuya? Hold on. How did the killer bring this knife to the dining hall in the first place? Byakuya thoroughly patted down everyone and thoroughly inspected every corner of his old building. And all the confiscated dangerous items were supposed to be placed in that duraluminum case. It's possible they stole this knife from the case. Or they hid it somewhere hard to find. Also, there's one more thing about this knife that's strange. There's some kind of paint that's been applied to the hilt. In the dim light beneath the table it seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint? Again? If it just brought up? Body is collapsed face down underneath the table, as if he was in the middle of attempting something. It looks like he was... According to the Monokuma file, he was repeatedly stabbed between the throat and abdominal region. Repeatedly stabbed. Would one of us really do something so horrible?
It would be nice to know what kind of wounds they are, but I guess we're gonna find out after Thingy did the autopsy.
I'm pretty sure we're not gonna find out until the class trial.
Why? She's gonna do an autopsy. She can at least say what kind of wounds. Like if they're thin openings, then it's the skewer.
I still don't think we're gonna get that information until the
We're gonna find out.
class trial. File has been updated. But wait, there is...
His hand, I guess? Or the
Oh,
blood?
here, bloodstain.
That's the last thing, no? Under the tables check.
You know what I fully expect? At some point we're gonna move Byakuya and find writing in blood somewhere. Because they keep giving references to Danganronpa 1. So...
I don't think so, not in this case.
The blood flowing from Byakuya's body formed a huge pool under the table. That's a lot of blood. There's blood splattered everywhere. Even the inner side of a tablecloth is covered in blood. The blood might have splattered all over the place when he got stabbed. But there doesn't seem to be any drag marks leading from the blood pool.
Hope the other kitty feels better soon.
Yes.
Give all the love.
Blood stain under the table has been added. So. Pretty sure I'm sure I've pretty much investigated what's under the table. Despite the fact that it's just me, I think I'm working pretty hard. Even if it's just a little, I'm sure we're getting close to the truth behind Byakuya's death.
Talk to the nurse. I must investigate my classmate's body. Yes, I'm the only one who has medical knowledge. That's why I need to do it, to do it somehow.
Before you start, why don't you calm down a bit?
You're right, I need to calm down first. I'm careless enough as it is.
That's pretty obvious from how you fell earlier.
I'm terribly sorry about that, for showing you something so unsightly. You made me remember it again.
Would you like to talk about colony gardens, Stephen? They even bring this part back.
I made such a fool of myself in front of everyone.
Forget making a fool of yourself. How in the world did you end up like that?
Well, I got startled by the blackout, slipped on the carpet, and once I was struggling to get back up. It's so embarrassing. Please erase it from my memory.
Even if you ask me, I won't be able to forget it so easily. Sorry.
I can't stand it.
How? Oh my god.
Well, it means she's not the killer.
Why?
Because she was obviously occupied. Occupied with fighting the sausages.
This is the metal case Byakuya had with him. I believe he said it was made of duraluminum. Last time I saw it was closed, but there are a lot of things inside this case, like a nightstick and pepper spray. What's this? Sausage alibi.
Hey, it's the best alibi.
I had octopus cut sausages on my inner thigh. I can't be a killer. Who said that he had the night vision goggles on him?
Yeah, that kind of made sense. Now, move on.
Foxy, bless you. What's this? A hard plastic case, but it's just the case. The inside is empty. I wonder what was inside. Please. But the one thing that really catches my attention is
The key.
this small key. It must be the key to the other duraluminum case. The other case was in the office and all of the collected dangerous items were inside of it. If the key to that duraluminum case is right here, then it's unlikely that the murder weapon used to kill Byakuya was taken from that case. Which means the weapons inside that duraluminum case aren't related to Byakuya's murder. Why can't we just say case? Why do we keep having to mention the material?
Just shorten it, the case.
I will from now on. I think I've said that word plenty of times. Even so, I still don't get it. Why did Byakuya have this case in the first place? Case packed with all this security equipment.
Even gloves.
And a taser. Maybe he was being extra cautious, just in case? No, that can't be right. That's way too overboard. Could he have known something was going to happen beforehand?
Could also be that he was actually planning a murder himself. Kinda like Sayaka was, if it's gonna be a simulation. And he got killed in the process.
True, that would be another throwback to Danganronpa 1. The person who wanted to murder someone got murdered.
Exactly.
Smart.
And that this was all just his alibi to make sure no one got killed. And then he was gonna frame the Yakuza dude for not being there.
Maybe he is also behind the reason that Yakuza kid is not here.
That could be.
If we ever find him again, that is, we can ask him.
If it's gonna be a simulation, it's gonna be going that way.
I clean and have acquired some laundry to fold.
Being
Nice.
extra productive.
Maybe the fetch cat will try to jump on the folded laundry. That is really cute when we do that too.
Cats always have to sit on the laundry.
It's basically the law.
Yeah.
And because of that, he went to all this trouble to be extra careful. No, leave that cable alone.
I'm basically straightening it.
Yeah, leave that alone. Thank you. Another truth bullet. Yes.
Talk to the nurse again. Maybe she's calmed down now.
I don't think she has.
Ah, please forget about it.
Oh
Nope,
God.
okay. You can just click through. Ah, you're remembering it again. I can see it on your face.
Sorry.
I can't stand the shame. Well, then go through all the others.
I'm guessing she's also gonna be in the game for quite a bit, and this will keep happening.
Probably, yeah. This is the second time now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to run by you. Even before the blackout occurred, Byakuya was in the dining hall with the rest of us, right? Yeah, that's right. And if Byakuya's dead body was discovered after the blackout, then don't you think he died during the blackout? Well, now that you mention it. But why was Byakuya's body under the table? Even if the killer tried to hide him, it's not like he would have stayed hidden forever. Isn't it confusing? You're absolutely right. It seems finding out what exactly happened during the blackout is key to solving the mystery. There's no way I'd know. It was so dark during the blackout I couldn't see a thing.
that's not it.
Although, if seeing was impossible, then there's a possibility someone might have heard something.
I don't recall sounds.
It was just rustling and people trying to find the way.
Yeah.
Heard something? Are you talking about her?
But Usami is gone.
My hero, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's going on?
Is that what you expected me to say? Because I feel terrible. 1 minute, Byakuya is alive and well, and in an instant, something awful suddenly happens. Of course I'm not fine. And not only that, but whoever killed him is one of us, right?
That hasn't been determined yet.
It's already been determined. You've already accepted it, haven't you?
This is the worst.
That we have to find out who the killer is. Find out which friend killed our friend.
I don't like it either, but we won't survive if we don't go through with it. It's not just for yourself. We have to do it to protect all of us.
If I had only acted calmer during the blackout, Byakuya might still be alive.
This is the worst.
This whole thing would have never happened.
Stop blaming yourself. Nothing good will come of it.
Jeez.
Getting cheered up by a boy isn't like me at all.
Got it?
Hey Hajime, forget what I just said, okay? Got it?
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
Anyway, I won't dwell on it for now. I can't become a burden to everyone. Plus, there might be a clue that only I have access to.
A clue?
Hey,
Photos. The ones I took just before the blackout, remember?
Yes, she did.
True, that was literally right before.
Oh yeah, the pictures.
Want to see them? I have a digital camera, so I can show them to you right now.
Really? Please. Here comes a meme. Alright.
Let's see, it's this photo. Also, how is Akane eating from a thingy again?
It's supposed to be on the bone.
Oh, it's the bone thing, fair enough.
Hajime drinking OJ. Orange juice, man.
I don't really get that.
Me neither.
Why is that a meme?
I'm confused.
Because he doesn't drink? Because I think Sonia has a glass of wine, probably. Right before the blackout, which means he's all the way on the other side of the room. Then went at least to the little closet thingy, I guess. Wait, who's all missing here? Teru? Peko? The gamer girl?
But we know where everyone was supposed to be. Everyone...
She was outside.
Yeah, Chiaki was outside trying to get Usami to join them.
Yeah, true.
Yakuza Kid was gone somewhere.
True.
He didn't show up at all.
Peko was in the office guarding the other...
Yes. And Teru was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He even came in during the blackout.
Yeah. Okay. Nurse looks awfully suspicious there. See, like that glance?
I'm about to fall this way. Is something wrong?
I didn't realize until just now, but right before the blackout, Byakuya was standing in a totally different place than where we found him. Wasn't his table under the... or wasn't his body under the table with the lamp on top of it?
Wasn't the table under the body?
The one underneath the monitor?
Yeah, but it's normal for people to move in the blackout. He's so happy with his orange juice. Oh, like that. Yeah, he looks very appreciative. Then again, orange juice is pretty nice.
That is true. Oh, Jai.
Who's sus?
Samurai, welcome back.
First of all, welcome back, yes. I'm saying it was Yakuza Kid. Tifa is trying to frame... Who are you trying to frame?
I was thinking
soda.
mechanic, dude.
Orange juice! Well, it's orange juice. It's pretty good.
But if it really is like going the simulation way, I am gonna go with Byakuya was actually plotting to kill someone himself, but got killed in the process. And if it really was the Yakuza dude, then it makes sense, because it's kind of a replay in that regard.
No, it's orange juice. I don't think orange juice has it in it. Like...
No, not the orange juice. Don't execute it.
What a betrayal.
Could have been, except there was no poison found. Prior to that, Byakuya was standing along the wall, furthest away from that table.
Am I the only person that starts walking around in a blackout? I mean, I don't wander around aimlessly. I'm trying to get up and go to where I believe a flashlight would be. Or my phone.
I would just sit on the ground.
And wait for it to be over. What?
You can always move if it's not back on in a few minutes.
This is what happens with Tifa if you turn off the lights. She just sits down on the ground.
I've only had like one blackout before and the light was on again within 5 minutes.
Lucky you.
Why stress and panic?
It's not about stressing and panicking, it's about
just wait,
having
see
light.
if it turns on. And if not, then you can always still search.
Do your line.
You're right, that's pretty far. There's something...
That's my line.
Oh, yeah, the other line was yours too.
That's pretty far. There is something. Everyone's standing position before a blackout might be a huge clue. Hey, can you approximate everybody's standing position from these photos?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, but mechanic dude actually left the room during the thingy, and he said he couldn't find anything, so it could have just been that he went under the building, killed him, and came back.
But then Chiaki and Usami would have seen him. No.
She didn't say he didn't come out.
True.
She only said they didn't see Byakuya when we asked.
My freshman year of college, the power went out when I was in the shower and the bathroom had no windows. Ah, oh, God.
Yeah, under the shower, that really sucks.
My roommate had to rescue me with a flashlight. That's a good roommate. Oh, you still here? I guess I have to do some work. Yeah, plenty. Plenty of time.
It'd be hard to understand from the photos alone, so it might be better for me to plot it out. Don't know if I'll be back, so I'm gonna say bye for now. Shrift, thanks for hanging. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Kickbouts with work.
What she said.
See you later.
It's not your line.
Would that actually provide a clue?
I don't know yet, but I feel like it could.
Leave it to me.
Got it, then leave it to me. That's pretty much the only job I can do anyway.
Thank you.
Alright, now that that's decided,
You better do your best.
you better work hard on your investigation too. How much longer are you planning to stand around?
Do you understand?
Do you understand what's going on? You gotta find out how he died.
I was talking to you to find clues, you... Yeah, I know, but... It's good she's all fired up now, but she's a totally different person now more than... But she's a totally different person now than when she was feeling down. She was nice to hang out with. Oh god, here we go. Oh, Hellhound Earring, answer my call.
Impossible!
Is this effort futile as well? Hey, are you still looking for the earring you dropped?
You!
I still wonder where the earring is gonna be, under the house.
Probably. That's where I would be if I was an earring.
Maybe he's the killer.
I don't think so. I doubt that.
Probably, yeah, but...
It is not a mere earring. It is the Hellhound earring.
Fine.
Long ago, in a faraway land, a beast known as the Hellhound was feared by all, even by he who summoned it.
Well, this is certainly random. Screw the investigation. Earring hunt. Yes.
Priorities!
It's a Hellhound earring after all.
It's not just an earring.
I've lost earrings before, I know how much it sucks. Tifa lost a bracelet and she only realized after we came back home from that trip. And that was a place an 8-hour drive away from where we live.
At some point you don't feel it.
Needless to say, it's gone. I hope someone else found it and has kept it.
That would be nice.
The Hellhound tore its way through innumerable battlefields, its fangs glistening with blood. And his drenched, blood-red fur would dry in the howling winds of loneliness. When I finally tamed that diabolic beast, I received an earring to commemorate that event.
Shiver!
The Hellhound earring.
Nagito, hello. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it.
Yes, what she said.
Have you played this game before?
And hello, Barry Allen. Welcome back.
Barry Allen, welcome back. How are you doing?
Happy Wednesday to you as well. I lost earrings once when I planned to put them on the bus and didn't realize my pocket had a hole in it. No.
Oh no, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah. That is just bad timing. I haven't had earrings anymore in years. Never really lost them, but they just keep tangled up in my hair, so I can never lose them anyway. Or in my hair. Sorry. Still having hiccups as well.
The last thing I remember losing was the Game Boy Advance copy of Mega Man Battle Network that my parents gave me for Christmas when the game came out. We went on a vacation, I played it all the way through to basically the end, and when we came back the game was gone, so...
That sucks.
I bought another copy of it.
Twister, thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
following
much.
as well. How are you doing?
Also,
Welcome in.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Did I not say that?
No, this time I did. No, we take turns saying nice things.
Oh, that's how it works.
So we both have a role here. Nice.
Nice. I knew you were here for a reason.
To try to keep you in check here.
How are you all doing?
So So that I may never forget the night I battled that fearsome
Pomeranian. Seriously? Those are the super white, fluffy, tiny balls, right?
Super white?
Yeah, the white, fluffy balls. Aren't they usually white?
I think they come in different colors, but I was thinking you said wide.
Oh.
For the new people, yes, if you've played this game before and you're wondering, this sounds weird, we replaced one of the background songs.
Yeah.
It was just a Pomeranian, apparently.
Hey, tiny dogs can be a real battle though.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen like a mad chihuahua?
Like,
That's no joke.
I try to not take too long between the line appearing on screen and reading it out, but I think with Gundam from this point onwards, I need to read it first, recover from what I just read, and then try to read it out.
Hey, whatever works for you.
So, sorry for the delays.
So that I may never forget the night I battled that fearsome Pomeranian, I wear that earring at all times.
Was that really about a friggin' Pomeranian? I understand it's important to you, but for now, we need to investigate.
I won't let you!
Where is it? Where did it disappear to?
Priorities.
Maybe it fell underneath the floor? The carpet didn't cover the whole floor. It might have fallen through the gaps between the exposed floorboards.
So that's what transpired. Such a clever little bauble.
I want to play Danganronpa, but I don't have the money for it. Wait for it to go on sale, that's what we did.
We bought it on sale like 2 months ago, like all...
Longer. We played Danganronpa 1 for 2 months.
No, for like a month.
6 weeks.
A month and a half in between. Anyway, we bought it on sale a while ago. So definitely worth checking it out.
Yes.
Or keeping an eye on it.
The beauty of PC games, they go on sale regularly.
Yeah.
I followed the day you started, I think.
That could
I think so too.
very well be. Wait, can I see?
Follow since.
I think it's follow H.
You expected us to
No,
have
we
that command.
have that command. We have it. We have it.
No.
We definitely have that. I just need to...
Groundhog, I can tell you, you have been following since
See?
16 February 2020.
It's just follow. I knew we had that command.
It's taking forever.
It's just really slow, yeah. Could also be that it...
Well then, try it again.
Could also be that it didn't grab yours because mine was right before you.
Also,
Which means it should
Hello,
now
Nick.
trigger with Nick. How you doing, Nick? Okay, so it only works for me, never mind.
let me see if it is something that I messed up here.
Maybe check the right. It's probably a writing. Maybe mod only or something?
We do not have a command in Streamlabs chatbot that is !follow.
Yeah, that's Nightbot, I believe.
This is not Nightbot, it says our name.
Oh.
Yeah, it was February 16. I can see that by clicking on the name.
Why did it only work for me then? It has to be there.
And Nick, for you it's been 18 December 2020.
Nice.
I can look that up. It should
See
be
if it
follow
works now.
age.
Yeah, but follow age didn't
No,
work.
it
We did
worked
that.
for you because you did it first. Try follow age.
Oh, so it should be follow age now. Okay.
That's a silly thing to have a cooldown. It doesn't have it on our end. We did not set it up with a cooldown.
No, it says cooldown
I think
is off.
that's Twitch being Twitch.
Should be the delay, but yes!
There you go.
Now it works. But if there's no cooldown, that means... Yes!
There we go.
There we go.
4 months, 2 days, and 2 months, 4 days. It's a palindrome of numbers. Yeah, symmetry in life. Oh yeah.
It works. Cheers to that.
Yeah, look, something is working. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's 2 things working.
How you doing, Nick?
That's a silly
Not
thing
bad.
to have a cooldown. I agree. Almost
but it
5
was.
years.
I really thought it
Close.
responded to the follow one, but it was just late on the follow age.
Yeah, that's true.
But see, I knew we had that command.
Very nice. I expected you to have set it up and messed it up.
Wow.
Yeah, but you're you, so.
Just wow.
I'm good, now I'm going back to lurking and archaeology trading. Good luck. Still looking forward to you beating Tifa.
You have a lot of catching up to do.
I'm just gonna keep making her stream so that she can't play RuneScape so that you can still win the race despite her head start. I'm on Team Nick.
I believe I'm at 117 and like halfway to 118. I'm not
Yeah,
fully
that's,
sure
that's
right
not
now.
maximum, so it doesn't matter.
Happy training, Nick.
Thanks for dropping by. And thanks for the love.
I appreciate it.
Gun left uproar. I can't even say that word.
Uproariously?
Gundam laughed uproariously as he walked toward the wall and pressed his head against the gaps in the floor. And peered beneath the floorboards.
I can see it!
Ah, there it is. I have found it. Truly, that is the Hellhound earring.
I like how he doesn't care about Byakuya dying at all. It's like, yes, I got my earring. Fuck you.
Priorities, there's also still good food in the back.
That is true. That is a waste of food.
It seems God exists for my benefit.
I've never heard that expression before. I see. Good for you.
Let me ask.
However, how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through this opening. Where to use a tool, it would probably not reach either.
Okay, so now we're gonna go under the building to recover the
find
earring
clues.
and find clues on how Byakuya died.
Because we smart.
We got all of this.
I heard that the creator of Danganronpa and some others are doing a new game for Switch named World's End Club. Yes, that is correct.
Really?
It has been announced in the second to last Nintendo Direct, I believe. Where they
Oh,
also
then I actually
announced-
saw it.
Yeah, you have. Where they also announced the Skyward Sword HD remaster for the Switch.
Oh, then I didn't even know it was from the creators of Danganronpa.
I'm looking forward to that. Same. I saw it and didn't care for it at all, but that was also before we started playing Danganronpa, so my opinion on it now has changed.
When is it coming out though?
I don't recall there being a release date already.
Well, Pokemon Snap coming first.
Yes, in like 9 days, I believe.
Something
But
like
first-
that next week.
This Friday, a Nier Replicant.
And Skitter's birthday.
I wouldn't have looked if I didn't know the creators. Yep. Same, to be honest. Like what I saw in the Nintendo Direct, I was like, nah. But now I'm like, okay, we'll check this out. I will place my trust in Kodaka and Uchikoshi. Yeah,
So far, that trust has not been misplaced.
yeah. Also, sorry, did I just squish your fingers?
No, I'm good.
Well, in that case, put them back.
Oh, in May. Oh, that's not too...
28
bad.
May, going to release. Nice.
It's like a
Something
month.
to look forward to. Just a bit over a month. No check.
Can definitely recommend these games though. Also, you said you don't have the game yet, but have you already seen like all of the playthroughs? Or did you watch like people play through all of them?
Do you know the story, basically?
Yeah, or that.
You know, you
Might have
can-
been the easier question.
You can say things with a lot of words, and that's usually my part. Or you can say things with less words and get there quicker.
Usually
And-
it's the other way around.
yeah, I'm trying to improve. You seem to be on the opposite trajectory.
That is true. Let's get under this house.
We bicker a lot. It's
Yeah.
normal. It's how we show love.
We spend a long time on games.
Yeah.
Then maybe you should just give up?
What?
Give up? What? The world?
I meant give up on the earring.
You!
Fool! Have you not yet realized? The world will come to an end if the human race were to lose that earring. You humans are so satisfied with clothing yourselves in layers of false knowledge.
damage, you will die!
But even with all those layers, you still will not survive for winter.
Why am I being scolded?
Fine.
It was foolish of me to rely on you fools. Fine, I shall do something about it on my own. Now if you'll excuse me, I must go save the world.
Can we go follow him to get under this building?
We should. Groundhog, thank you very much. Evie put it best.
That is very true. I don't think I've really interrupted your stories lately, actually.
Yeah, but for some reason you are interruption proof, as was established in the first hour of the stream. Like,
That was not me.
I tried, I had both hands on the wheel and I was trying to pull it over to the side. I had my hand on the brake and the handbrake. I was just trying to skid it to a halt and then take it from there, but you just kept going.
That was not my fault.
Jack, let's play Danganronpa 2. Tifa, Colonies! Colonies! Anyway, Colonies! Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna get nightmares from this.
That's kind of how I remember.
I will never be able to look outside these windows in a normal way ever again. Yep, that's what happened. Yep. Maybe we should highlight this? Is there a contest for like most derailed streams? I think we could place in the top 10. What?
If I say something, do I still get the $50 for not talking about it?
That depends on what you're going to say.
Oh. I'm just gonna say it wasn't me, it was Fody.
No.
Fody and Bev started this. They wanted to know what was outside of these walls, which are colonies.
The walls are not colonies and outside of our walls are also not colonies.
Danganronpa 1. Zwaffelkatten. Danganronpa 2. Colonies.
Tifa is lying through her teeth. Also, Fody and Bev, it is not your fault. There is no way anyone can take blame for what is happening in that skull. No one. This is entirely on me. Now, how about before we go back to where we came from in this beautiful, beautiful derailment of a stream, we keep forging ahead in the game that is currently on the stream.
Okay, we can.
Also, you lost your $50.
What? No.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I don't.
You did it again.
I know where the money is. I'm gonna get it myself. I behaved.
Wow.
I also know your
No,
pin
you.
code.
Yeah.
I shall not be denied my $50.
Fun fact, since this is one of those moments anyway, it took 45 minutes for me to direct Tifa to take that picture of a no you that she did, and it took me 45 seconds to do mine. That is true.
Yeah, but you're very good at pulling the expressions.
And you are horrible at taking directions.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
horrible at pulling those expressions.
Just be yourself. Yeah, now keep going.
Oh, basically, Jack said I would get $50 for not
If
talking.
you would please shut up about garden colonies. Which again, reminder, is a thing in Germany. Look it up.
So he owes me $50.
I don't owe you shit.
Actually, yes, but we didn't even say anything about starting it again.
I'll invest it in Indian takeaway. And
2
burritos.
times.
That's $50. Depends on what you order.
Okay, that's not a bad investment. I'll take it.
Spoilers, that money is coming out of our shared account for groceries and stuff.
No.
This might be my favorite stream ever!
personal bribes. Incentives. They're not bribes, they're incentives.
That happens more often, actually, like especially when we just moved in. We were fighting over who cleans what in this house. This is a short story, you can leave it. We were fighting over who cleans what, and then the thing of the bathroom came. So I was like, we're gonna swap week by week. I'll do it the first week, you do it the second week, then I'll take it again, and so on. And he was like, I'm not gonna clean the bathroom. I'm like, well, you have to. And he's like, I'll pay you $50 if you clean the bathroom.
That is not how that happened.
That is exactly how it happened. So he actually gave me $50 to clean the bathroom.
That is not how that happened.
That is exactly how it happened.
Not one bit.
You did not want to clean it.
Correct. It's also true that I gave you $50 for cleaning the bathroom. But the conversation wasn't like that.
It was.
We were like, okay, we need to clean up. Let's just rotate who does what. And after doing it a couple of times, I told you I hate cleaning the bathroom so much.
You didn't even do it once.
I did.
You did not.
Okay. Tifa believes I didn't. That's fine, let's accept that. After doing it a couple times, to my knowledge, I told her that I hate cleaning the bathroom so much because you have to get on your knees, you have to get into all the nooks and crannies. I don't mind doing it. There are parts that I don't mind doing, but all in all, if I do it, I will spread it over the day because my back starts to hurt, my knees start to hurt. I hate it.
Jack and cleaning is literally a day thing. He like cleans one cupboard or dusts it off and then goes like, oh, I need a break. Coffee? I don't have coffee. Yeah, you know what? You want some coffee too? And let's watch something in the meantime.
So after...
And it's like, you know what? I'm gonna do the rest tomorrow.
So after doing it a couple of times, we were talking about chores and somehow the conversation went to, well, if you pay me, I'll do it. And I just flat out told her, I'll give you $50 if from now on you do the bathroom and I do the other stuff. And she accepted that. So we changed who does what chores when we clean up, and I gave her $50. I think that's very fair.
We now do have set tasks. Like I do the bathroom, usually the kitchen, Jack does the dusting.
Vacuuming.
Not always.
No, battery still sometimes swap.
The vacuum we share.
Yeah, but I mop more than you.
The mopping is yours, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yes. And see, the story could have been Jack really hates cleaning the bathroom because he finds it really annoying on his back and knees. So he gave me $50, so now I do the bathroom and he is doing other stuff. But instead, Tifa spun it into, oh my god, Jack is the laziest person ever, he's paying me to be his personal cleaning staff.
Because that's how it went. I'm only talking about the bathroom. I didn't say you don't clean anything else.
We swapped responsibility for a chore.
My version is better and also the truth.
Anyway, how's your Danganronpa 2?
Yeah, that body.
We were trying to investigate the death of Byakuya, and we were currently having a conversation with Gundam Tanaka, who lost his earring and is now trying to find it. And we believe there will be some significance to this particular storyline. So guys, how's your sex life? Yeah, let's talk about the colonies outside. I am dead. I was waiting for you to say that, Fody. Yep. It's a common occurrence in this chat.
Oh, this stream has been an app training for sure.
I'm pretty sure at some point, like after this, someone's gonna see the VOD or we're gonna upload to YouTube at some point. I'm not gonna edit any of this out, it's just what it is. It's its own body of work, I guess. Someone's gonna watch this and reach out to us to sue us for emotional trauma. Or because they suffered whiplash or something from the stuff we were talking about.
I don't think people get trauma from this stream. I think that's more like a combined thing.
And it's the whole shebang, it's the whole experience in and of itself.
Like, it doesn't matter where you come in, the moment you come in, you get one. basically.
Not unlikely. He wants the earrings back. I already can't speak. I got 2 words out correctly.
That is true.
He wants that earring back by any means necessary. His determination is truly inspiring. What did I click on? The chat. But it'd be nice if he actually helped me with the investigation. Gaps in the floorboard. Our truth bullet now. So he's gone.
We
She's still
spoke to
there. We
everyone.
spoke
Let's try to leave.
her. Let's check the food.
Leave to see if it triggers like, oh, I'm not done here yet.
Such a huge table. There's nothing much out of the ordinary. Okay. Let's check the dishes. There are a lot of fancy looking party dishes. In the end, nobody really ate that much. I can't imagine these are related to the incident.
Such a waste. Oh, try to leave.
No, first Nagito.
We already spoke to him. Didn't we? Oh no, he came speaking to us.
Oh yeah, no, we
after.
did that already. Can't get out of here yet. There's still other things I must investigate.
Then let's have a look. The white thing,
the
whatever that
AC?
is. Oh, AC.
What could it be? It's stuck on a wall and it
I don't
has
know. Could have been anything.
a remote controlled air conditioner. Air conditioner? Could it be?
I don't recall anything with the air conditioner.
There was a weird smell. Akane brought that up.
That's
Oh
why
no, that turned out to be...
that was the blood smell.
Blood.
Oh, okay.
Special bubble envelopes bought, packages in the envelopes, addresses tonight, tomorrow shipping and tracking numbers that I will send to the wieners.
That is awesome.
Nice. Glad you got it all done. I was definitely underprepared for all this mail. How many envelopes did you have to prepare?
How many are you shipping out?
I bet
Gotta
it's,
stack up on packaging.
I
now.
bet it's 420.
69.
I am so willing to bet ours is gonna be held up at customs. 100%.
Could be.
9 packages.
See, I was
Nice.
closer.
Yeah, I thought 420 was way off when I said it, but I did it for a fact anyway. Nice. Glad you got it
I'm
done.
looking forward to it. Buy some extra packages.
Get bulk discounts.
But okay, someone...
Wait. Wait, what the fuck? It just changed back to homicide, didn't it?
No, it says a different song. It says kill...
That's
Kill
a
now.
different song. I replaced one song. Are there 2? But yeah, the song did change.
It is definitely a different song, yeah, but it's not the homicide one.
Yeah. I mean, now that I know how it works, I can replace this one too, if that helps. Yeah, but yeah, this is not
I guess
homicide,
it's
this
the
is
high...
kill now.
Does have a few high pitches in there.
In that case, let me do it like this. Groundhog, if you're still listening, is this song giving you migraines too? Because then I can just turn off the background music for now, can put on a different song in the background for the time being. And then I can fix that in post. By Friday I will definitely have that done. Now I know what I need to do. So.
That is true. Can replace that one as well. Chat is being really...
I bought a lot of envelopes for the future and other stuff that goes in the package, like the glitter. Total joke, I would fucking kill someone who sent me glitter. I would not kill someone who sent me glitter, but...
No, but
I
like
think it would
putting
be
glitter
annoying.
on a pack, especially if you like rip it open and there's glitter everywhere, like in your carpet or something. That would be pretty shit.
Right. It's a sound that comes soon. I'll be okay, I'm so confused though. Yeah, in my deep dive into the soundtrack, I learned that there is, similar to Danganronpa 1, where the investigation songs are box 15 and box 16, there is Homicide, which is, what was the Japanese name?
I don't remember.
Eco-Russia, Eco-Rosia, and there is, no, one is Ico-Rosia and the other one is Eco-Rosia, but it's the same word, just the first letter is different, it's an I and an E. But I only replaced one of them because I thought that would be it, but I'm gonna take this one out too. Which one is this?
Kill now.
I'm gonna go back into the game. Like I said, I don't mind turning off the background music in-game if that helps. I can just replace it with other music that we can play in the background. Just let me know, Groundhog. Kill now. Yeah, that is Eco-Russia, I believe. The other one. And if the other one was the 4th song in the list, this is probably number 5. Yeah.
Then click through
I
it.
can
The
fix
song's probably gonna change again.
I don't know if the other one is the same. It's slightly different. I didn't listen to it completely because basically listening to the soundtrack of Danganronpa on YouTube means you will get spoiled if you are not careful. And I didn't want to risk that. The beginning sounded similar to me, but I haven't listened to the rest of the track, sorry. I hope not. Like, if it is, let us know. I'll turn down the BGM. Can be fixed. And I'll take it out for next time. This air conditioner is probably the only machine inside this room. And the air conditioner is remote control. The timer is set to 11:30 p.m. I'm pretty sure Byakuya's time of death was around the same time. It was actually the exact time of death as per Monokuma's report. If so, that means that mechanical sound before the blackout, it probably came from this air conditioner. My flashes of inspiration aren't as bad as I thought. Yes.
Okay, so this thing caused the thingy to go out.
Yeah.
And it makes
That's-
even more sense that the mechanic is behind it.
Yes, but to be honest, making something short out is, to my knowledge, on the easier side of manipulation of electronics.
You still need to know how.
Stab it. You just gotta break it.
Yeah, but that means someone was in the room to
It's,
do that. And it was remote controlled, which means someone still had to be in the room.
if it is the kind of AC that I'm thinking about, there's an outlet at the outside of the building.
Well,
So-
go on. Let's find out. We still have a tiny bit before we
That's
go.
true. Now then, where else should I investigate?
Hajime.
Guess we're done here. A moment. What is it?
Hey,
When we're finished with the investigation here, would you like to hear what everyone has to say together? If I go by myself, some people might not talk to me out of caution. Well, we've been told that one of us is a killer. It can't be helped if everyone's on edge right now. But why me? You're easy to talk to and I feel like you have a sense similar to mine. Is that an expression that I'm not
I
familiar
would
with?
say yes. Makes sense.
I also find that your scent is similar to mine. We both reek of need to get good.
Yeah. Reek of scraps.
We both harbor special feelings toward Hope's Peak Academy. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, but fine. If we're going together, let's get on with it. There's no time for idle chit-chat.
thanks.
I'm glad. It'll be a great help. Special feelings, huh? Even so, what he said about us being similar, I don't think I agree.
Now then.
I guess for now we should search the inside of his old building and listen to what the others have to say. Not just the dining hall, I think we should consider this whole building the scene of a crime. After all, the blackout that took place at the time would have happened throughout this entire building. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's start with you.
I see.
Apparently, a great man once said investigations should be done on foot. So that's why I'm also using my feet. I'm just walking around for no particular reason.
Well, if there's no reason, then there's no meaning.
Hey,
Kill Now has a bit less ambient noise. No wonder I couldn't remember the name. There are 2 tracks. But do you know if this one is also problematic for your migraines?
Well, was it better? Like, it was only a short time as well.
For me, it's a yes or no matter. Does it cause the migraine? Then I'll take it out. If it doesn't, I'll leave it in.
Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't.
Yeah, but you can't really bank on the fact that we only heard it for a moment. Because there's no guarantee that we'll get through the sequences where that song is being played as quickly. So.
That's your line.
Hey Hajime, I just realized something. Could she by any chance know what happened during the blackout? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Are you serious?
How'd you know?
She was in the room with us. So you did hear us, even though Hajime and I were talking pretty softly just now.
Not only do I have a perfect face, style and personality, I also have perfect ears.
Yeah, still not great. Alright, I'm gonna take it out.
Just replace it with this one as well.
No, with box 16. I have the technology to do so.
Or that.
If your hearing is so good, maybe you heard what actually happened during the blackout.
Hey.
When the blackout happened, you could hear everybody's voice throughout the dining hall, right? We couldn't tell, but you would have been able to make out who's who, right? You just want to hear box 16 again and jam to it.
All the songs are jammable.
I also like the original of Homicide, but I'd rather you be able to watch and not get a migraine. So, for me it's a toss-up. This way, I get to listen to good music that I already know and have you be able to watch. And without, I have new good music to listen to, but you get a migraine. And I'll pick the first option.
Just leave it to Ibuki. It will be easy as fried rice with gravy.
Fried rice is not as easy as you think. Good fried rice, isn't it? Huh?
Tasty, huh? La li la la. I'll hardly eat it for breakfast. I would too.
I see.
Yep. Oh, you mean like it will be easy as pipe, except eating fried rice with gravy for breakfast is kind of heavy.
Don't care. Any fried rice that isn't fried rice with gravy is so wrong.
She should make a metaphor with a more common type of fried rice, like egg fried rice or lettuce fried rice.
Anyway, can you just tell us what you heard? Leave it to me. I'ma take a bite out here.
Anyway, can you tell us what you heard? Why would you ask yourself that?
Yep.
If you tell us, I'll let you bite Hajime later. What? What did I just read? Stop it. What if she takes you seriously?
She might. Let's see. The first person who raised their voice during the blackout was... That's right, it was Mahiru.
It's a blackout!
Next was Kazuichi's voice, and then the next voice was mine.
Hey, I can't see anything.
It's pitch black! My future is pitch black!
What a nice remark I made. It's to the point, and it has its own unique charm.
Just continue.
Then there were more voices, one after the other.
Everyone, calm down! We gotta stay calm in a situation like this!
Making chips and salsa. Nice. Bring some for us too, please.
Chips and salsa. Enjoy.
I haven't had chips with salsa in years. I've had chips and I've had salsa, but not together.
Half. Like, I'll count the burrito bowl as chips with salsa.
Yep, fair enough. Nachos, well.
Yeah, but I think
Technically.
it's the closest thing, I believe.
Same difference.
Ah, don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here?
Okay, he probably stepped on her feet.
Ow.
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Oh, wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Actually, no, wait, it can't be the mechanic dude, because it said the moment of death was the moment the lights turned out. So the mechanic dude couldn't have left the room and then kill him.
Well, the time of death was around, was 11:30. I'm pretty sure, give or take a minute.
Well, it literally said he died at that time.
I don't think there's a single autopsy report that can tell you that well.
Oh, but the Monokuma file said it, no?
Yes, which is basically an autopsy report, but I don't think you can rely on it being that accurate.
No, but it's not mechanic dude. Alrighties, that's pretty much it. Aren't I awesome? Praise me! Praise me! Give me lots of praise.
I think there's a Lady Gaga song with exactly that topic.
Really?
Applause. Yeah. Huh. Give me the applause, applause, applause.
Do 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 do.
Do.
Yeah, okay, I know.
The MCA.
I know what you mean.
Alright.
Skinner, welcome back.
I heard you the first time. Seriously, don't get any closer. Hey, Nagito, say something to her. Hey, did something happen? No, I was just thinking about what Byakuya said during the blackout. What Byakuya said?
Hey.
Why did he say something like that? Rather, why was he able to say that? What the hell? What's going on here? And this is... What do you mean? About that, why don't we discuss it after we've investigated a little bit more? For now, I can't really say anything for certain. It's not like I really care.
Yep.
You should care.
I like how main character Kun in this game keeps going from slightly pessimistic outlook on things to like pushing himself into being appreciative of friends he is in the process of making. But then at cases and like moments like this, he just falls back to like, whatever, I don't care.
Yep.
Then again, teenagers. Not unheard of. Great, now applause is stuck in my head. You're welcome, Skinner.
We can sing something else.
No, we don't actually. DMCA.
That is
It's
true.
a bitch.
Very much.
Anyway, don't think... Anyway,
don't you?
Blah, la, 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 la. Anyway, don't you think Ibuki's account just now is an important clue that will lead us to the truth?
Then praise me. Let me bite you.
Ouch! Why are you really biting me?
I saw that coming actually.
Is this normal behavior? I've never been bitten in a situation like this.
I don't think you've ever been in a situation like this.
That's what I just said.
No, you said you've never been bitten in a situation like this.
Correct.
But you haven't been in the situation in the first place.
Been in situations. I would say this whole stream has been a situation. Anyway.
There is something I want to ask you.
What is it?
It is strange, no?
It appears that only that wall is a different color and material. Why is that?
Perhaps.
No, it's probably a fire door.
Fire door?
Oh shit, that was you. We said it in unison. You've never seen one before?
They don't have one in castles or what?
I don't think castles have fire doors generally.
Yes, they do, nowadays.
Please continue.
But it's you.
Oh yeah. Please, let me continue. It's a door that shuts to keep fire from spreading by containing it. If that happens, you can run away, right?
Wow!
I see. It's like a barrier, just like lining up plastic bottles around the house.
That's only done to keep cats from getting in.
That's an actual thing.
I don't. You know about keeping cats from getting inside, but you don't know about fire doors?
I am ashamed.
Truly, I am culturally ignorant. I am ashamed of myself.
Ignorant?
Ignorant. Why is the fire door a truth bullet?
Because Sonia didn't know it. Let's ignore Nagito. Or not. This storage
Oh yes,
room
he's
is-
following us, remember? You can't ignore him. He's there everywhere we go.
Wow, that's true. This storage room is really dusty and dark.
Wow.
My hands were full cleaning the dining hall, so I couldn't even touch this room. It even has cobwebs. There's no way I could stay in here for a long time.
Check the thingy with the cloth in it. I'm not sure if that was in there before.
I can't be sure it's from the music though. There's also a thunderstorm warning in my area, and thunderstorms always give me migraines. Back with my snack. Sorry to hear that, but at least you have chips and salsa.
Yeah,
We don't.
that's a plus, if anything.
Took a trip down, it might help. I hope it does.
Fingers crossed.
And like I said, I can turn down the background music, just let me know. Let's check these boxes. There's an awful lot of boxes. We don't have time to go through each and every one of them. I guess I should leave them alone.
Yep.
A wise decision. So...
Check the basket.
There's a huge piece of cloth randomly shoved in here.
Perhaps.
Is this a tablecloth? Oh, a tablecloth? Wait, huh? Hold on, there's something on it. Why would there be blood on this?
How does that work?
Is this a bloodstain?
Huh?
Huh? A bloodstain?
It would have been weird if he got killed somewhere else, then dragged under the table and then...
Why is it called kill now? We're investigating now. The killing already happened.
Wait, maybe someone did go under, had that thing over them to make sure blood didn't splash on them, and then threw it in here after they came back.
How did they throw it in there without leaving and coming back inside?
Then it can definitely still be the mechanic.
We need to ask Chiaki if she saw anyone.
Okay, mechanic is back as a suspect
Everyone's suspicious.
because mechanic left.
Come here, take a closer look. How? It's too dark. I can't really see that clearly. There's no mistaking it. This is clearly a bloodstain. Which means this tablecloth is connected to Byakuya's murder, right? If that tablecloth has a bloodstain on it, then it's a possibility. Seriously, it is a bloodstain.
No, it makes sense to have yourself covered. I'm sure that's probably the only thing here.
Stacks of clean tablecloths. Looks like they haven't been used yet. Guess there's nothing strange here.
The iron thing, I suppose, before we leave.
Are these irons? It looks like they're recently turned on, but why are there 3 irons on this ironing board? Just as I thought, your eyes don't miss a thing. When I was looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I also found these irons, but when I found them, all 3 of them were turned on.
That's weird.
No, that was to
Oh,
overload
it's to
the AC.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. They are powered.
Okay, then it had to have been the mechanic. Who else do you assume would have the technical knowledge to assume or learn somehow that by creating heat in this room, the AC thing in the other room would short and cause a blackout?
Well, I already said that. Mechanic for now is back in the picture. He left, used the tablecloth to cover himself under the thingy, killed Byakuya, threw the tablecloth here, and went back in the room without a stain of blood on him.
We're going with the Kyoko school of thought. Assume everyone's a victim, assume everything is true, and then connect the dots. 2 Ace Attorney games are hitting the Switch and PS4 and PC in July. Yes, it's the great Ace Attorney games, I believe, the ones that have been... The first one came to the West, but the second one never did. It's the first time it's going to be released in the West in English.
Maybe then we can actually play it.
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because we're in the backlog of Eevee.
Doesn't mean we can't play it.
Well, we can't... Well, we can
I didn't
play
say stream it, I said play it.
Yes. You are aware that I'm mostly only playing video games when we're streaming nowadays?
That is
So to
true
me,
as well,
those
actually.
two things have become synonymous. Now I
let's-
still need them to release all the other Ace Attorney games because there have been several that have not yet been put into compilations yet. Tifa!
Eevee!
Stop bullying Eevee! I agree.
I'm not bullying Eevee!
Just to that,
What? Why am I bullying? No! I'm tired but don't want to sleep. What time is it for you, Twister? That means you're probably around our time zone.
if you're tired, you should get some sleep.
Just lay in bed, chill, maybe have some background sound.
Eevee, Tifa has been chopped in at least 3 different places. For your viewing pleasure, so... I think she will now stop trying to bully you. Will you stop?
but I
Will
won't.
you stop? Good.
Now let's finish.
You're welcome. Redeem Simba.
No, no Simbas. No Simbas in this stream.
I tried. She saw it coming.
Near 10 p.m. Then you're in our time zone because for us it's
Time
also
zone?
10.
Yes.
Time zone. Time
Time
zone.
zone
Yes,
buddies.
time zone buddies. That is awesome.
Welcome to the best time zone.
Well, after we finish this up, we should slowly head off as well.
Yeah. Turned on.
So let's go through it.
It'd be bad if another blackout happens, so I turned him off. But doesn't this feel kind of sinister? Sinister?
Also, where were they even plugged in?
They're called power outlets. Usually they
Did you
are
see
on
one?
walls. No, but there could be one on the floor behind one of the sideboards.
Just saying.
Hey, Hajime, how much longer are you gonna stay in this dark place? You're just wasting your time. Let's move on and investigate other places already.
Sus.
I get it. You're right. How does he know? I mean, it's nice as a tutorial, but how does he know? Story-wise.
That's gonna be him. Wait, where was he during the blackout?
With us in the room.
Did he say anything?
Yeah. Ow. Which could just be someone walking into him, which is normal during a blackout in my knowledge, to my experience. In my experience.
That is true. Okay, for now, mechanic is still main suspect though.
How come Byakuya was able to say something like that in the middle of the darkness? Yeah, we've done this before. No, I clicked it again. I am not smart.
Let's still go outside, speak to Chiaki? Is that her name?
Chiaki.
Where's Peko, by the way?
Dunno.
Oh, check if the toilet's open now. Clatter, clatter.
Huh? It's locked.
It's still locked. Wait!
Weird! Yes. Weird thing right now.
Anime tomorrow?
Yes. Depending on the time, yes.
Sounds like a plan.
If we can work within, definitely yes. I'm a split, enjoy the rest of your colony. We will enjoy the gardens in the surrounding area of where we live. Thank you very much. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the night.
You're off tomorrow, no? Oh, by the way, Seraph of the End. I saw on Netflix earlier that they actually added it now in English as well.
Over here.
Yeah.
It's weird for the to be a place where you can stream anime legally in Germany without it just being German dub. So.
Yeah, it was weird. Oh yeah, you're just off for 2 weeks, I forgot.
Nice.
True.
Welcome to Neat Island.
Yes, that means starting the weekend we could watch even more if you want to. Because we're off to...
3 weeks!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being on Neat Island.
Twister,
Right.
I assume you're going to bed now too. Thank you so much for dropping by and I hope you get some sleep.
Yes. Skinner, thank you so much for hanging. Have an awesome stream, assuming you're gonna go online. And see you tomorrow.
And thank you for that cat. It is appreciated.
Love you, man. See you later.
I like cute cats.
And Twister, if you're leaving as well, have a great evening. Hope you sleep well and hopefully see you soon again.
What she said. I mean, I said it first, but... Someone appears to be inside. Since it's a unisex bathroom, I don't know who's actually in there.
Hey!
Is someone in there?
I'm guessing the Yakuza dude is locked up in there.
We knocked on the door and tried calling out whoever was on the other side, but... Do you sound effect?
Dot, dot, dot.
Beautiful. There's no response. This is going nowhere. Guess we should give up for now and check on it later. Yeah, you're right. Wow.
Could also be the guy that was shooting himself. But I believe he would have responded, to be honest.
Office. Nah, I think I'll stay till the stream ends. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. It's probably not gonna be too long anymore. Like after we wrap up talking with people.
We're probably gonna head out for the night too.
Yeah.
The old building circuit breaker should be inside this office. Circuit breaker, huh? Maybe related to the blackout. So it's better if we check out the circuit breaker first.
Ah, that's where they are. Wait, it's the Monokuma!
Oh yeah.
Get it! Yes!
I've been found!
The last plushie.
For now.
You're welcome.
So we have... who puts a circuit breaker on...
Fall people?
Japanese building codes must be weird. Anyway, that must be this old building circuit breaker. Blackout probably happened because of this.
I see.
It doesn't look like someone did anything to it. Nothing else looks suspicious either. The circuit breaker is pretty high up. Even if you use a step ladder, you won't reach it. Yeah, I totally agree. That's why it's so mysterious. Well, during the blackout I was panicking so bad I forgot about that, but you're right. Even with a step ladder, there's no way you'd be able to reach that circuit breaker.
Wait, what did he forget about? And he hasn't even been in this room.
Yeah, it has to be him.
It's him.
He just busted himself basically because he forgot. But how does he know?
It's Mechanic Dude. I'm going back to Mechanic Dude.
I expected him to die first. I didn't expect him to be the first killer.
Well, I don't know if he is the killer yet, but...
Of course he is. He's suspicious. Must be him. Let's pull a Hina and Hero and... Yeah, it's him.
Well, for now I'll stick to...
He did something we didn't understand. It has to be him. Everyone is now fixating on Kazuichi. Yeah, it has to be.
Well, if there's one thing we learned, it can be that like one word fucks the entire thing up. And that was suspicious.
Yeah. If he went in this room before the dining room, he was in here, I think. We didn't do that.
No, we tried to get in, but it said like, oh, we should go to the dining room because people are waiting for us.
We tried to go into the toilet.
What's that?
We didn't check the office.
Really? Are you
Yeah.
sure?
I tried to leave because Evie...
Oh, I thought you tried to go in the office when Byakuya was like, hey.
Evie... I think it was Evie bullying us for not talking to Chiaki, who was standing outside, or it was Groundhog bullying us for not talking to...
That
the
could be.
nurse. I forgot her name already.
Okay, for now he is still super suspicious and I'm gonna stay with him.
He has to be the murderer. Time to go live. Love you guys. Hope the rest of your stream is great. Your day off is amazing. I'll see you later. Hope everyone has an amazing day. All the same, but no you.
I can see you trying to beat me.
Yeah, and I did.
It's like,
And Beth, thank you both very much for being here and for the work.
Everything he said. Have an awesome evening, awesome stream, awesome everything.
Me for Mikan, thank you.
Oh yeah, true.
That's who it was, and that's who it was.
No, so far, he's the killer.
Definitely, has to be, there's no other way.
Yeah.
Or Ghost. No you, no you, no you, no you. Which means someone must have reset the breaker after the blackout, but who?
I did it! Oh, that was a bit weird.
Whoa!
It's here!
Actually,
You idiots had no idea what to do about the blackout. So I'm the one who reset the circuit breaker.
by the way,
By the way, I'm not the one who tripped the breaker. The killer did that, of course.
But how did someone as small as you reset the breaker?
Well, firstly, my eyes work real good at night, so I have no trouble seeing in the dark.
Okay, so that's how Monokuma saw who actually did it?
Well, yeah.
So we can still go with a pretense that only the murderer would get punished?
And if you want to know how I reached the circuit breaker, my body stretches.
No, that I want to see.
I kind of do want to see that. You know, I'm very elastic.
So is Tifa, but only her core. Same with Neva. Liar.
I'm serious. Wanna see? Wanna see a version of Monokuma with his body all stretched out? It's gross, it's grotesque.
I want to see Long Kuma.
I kind of want to see that too.
No, thanks. Just imagine it makes me want to puke.
Oh, really? Such a shame.
so cool!
Still, don't you think Monokuma is such a nice guy? In a popularity contest, he'd take first place.
Why is he suddenly talking in the third person?
I know.
He hasn't done that before. Not in this game, at least, I think.
I'm not sure. Oh, off he goes.
What the hell? So he's the one who reset the breaker. Well, in that case, I'm convinced. There's no way we'd be able to reach that. If that's the case, how did the killer trip the circuit breaker? If they didn't trip it or set it to be tripped. Irons! This case should contain all the dangerous items Byakuya collected.
Hey.
Maybe we should check inside, just to be safe. But it's locked.
Yep.
Byakuya had the key to this particular case with him. Check it out, I brought it with me, so there's no need to worry. Hey, is it okay to take that key without permission? How do we ask him at this point?
Well, more like a group thingy. Because it's part of evidence, basically.
Well, it's forbidden to tamper with a crime scene, but if we don't, we can't check inside this case, right? So I should open it. This guy, he doesn't feel any remorse.
Click.
See?
See, it's open. Forks, kitchen knives, iron skewers, and various tools are crammed inside. Yeah, 4 skewers, not 5. But it's not possible that the killer took anything from here.
How's that case closed? Look at how the skewers are sticking out. That lid won't even fit.
The lid is hollow on the inside.
Okay.
So you know, where you it's not a flat lid, it's like this.
Okay.
You know, but so it goes. Anyway, you understood what I mean. Because the key to this case was inside the case Byakuya had with him. I guess you're right about that. So that's all we do? My God.
I guess speak to Peko Peko.
Let's check his desk. Is this the desk the staff used for busy work? There's nothing particular that catches my eye.
Maybe.
Wow, there are 4. Never noticed that art error. But there were 5 skewers in total and one of them was missing, no?
Yeah, but in that one scene, that's what we discussed in the previous stream as well. In that one scene, that he only had 3.
Yeah. One
Where
he was
we even
eating from
said-
and 2 in the other with food.
Yeah, where we even said, hey, it says there's only one missing, but we only have seen 3 so far. I'm guessing it's that.
Oh wait, never mind. Okay.
But there's definitely 1 missing.
I can't remember numbers. Same.
1 is off.
Same. Yeah, totally not suspicious behavior. Just accusing people.
Well, it's a bit hero-like.
That's our thing to do. Accusing people. Hey, isn't Pekka a killer? Why do you think that?
I mean,
She wandered off somewhere even though she was supposed to be in the office. When we were looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I went to the office right away, but when I got here, she was gone.
well,
Shouldn't say this too loudly or else Miss Sonia will yell at me. Pekka's probably the one who tripped the circuit breaker and used the blackout to her advantage to kill Byakuya.
hey,
And don't you think she looks kind of ruthless too? Like an assassin, right? Doesn't like you look any better. That's not an account, that's an accusation. Anyway.
I wouldn't say that's a truth bullet either, to be honest, but sure.
That's a bullshit bullet.
I can already tell. You doubt me, correct?
Huh?
However, it does not surprise me. An unexpected blackout occurred, and during that time, Byakuya was killed.
Anyway,
The circuit breaker's in this office. Naturally, I look suspicious since I was supposed to be here.
Wait!
Supposed to be here? Does that mean...
I see.
So I was right, you weren't in the office. But why? Weren't you supposed to guard the circuit breaker and the duraluminum case with all the weapons in it?
Huh?
So where'd you run off on your own?
Well, that is...
Pekka suddenly dropped to one knee and started groaning on the spot. Hey, what happened?
Bathroom break? No, I'm just not feeling too well. I apologize, but excuse me.
What the heck?
Excuse me, what was that?
Hey,
Who did we all see eat something?
Akane?
Akane did. Byakuya ate something.
I think there was a scene where everyone had food in their hand.
Because the people that are eating seem to be all getting stomach cramps, to say the least.
Didn't we all have food in our hand in one of the pictures?
No. No. Akane we saw eating, definitely. Byakuya was eating. I don't know if Nekomaru ate something.
Okay, well, good. For now, let's have a look.
Pekka, it appears that inside... Pekka, it appears the bathroom inside this old building is currently occupied, so... I give up. I recommend either the hotel lobby or your cottage. Huh?
Seems like it will be a tough path.
Cold sweat dripping from her forehead, Pekka wobbled out of the office. What happened to her? It's kinda hard for me to say it myself. I already feel bad enough for Pekka as it is. What does that mean? I mean, is it cool? She didn't like run away or something?
that's right.
Because if she ran away, she's obviously the killer. I'm almost positive. Is that really what it is?
Okay, so suspects are mechanic or Teru.
This remote control is for the office's air conditioner. The timer here is set to 11:30 p.m. Wasn't the timer for the air conditioning in the dining hall also set for that time? Would be a coincidence, right?
Well, in that regard, Teru could have used the food as a way to get rid of her in the office. Set the thingy. Okay, Teru so far also suspicious.
Now then, I guess we're done with the office, don't you think so? We should get going now.
2 suspects.
Leave.
Let's call it a night here.
That is a great plan. Why do I keep pressing this button and not this one?
Check the bunny just in case.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ha!
Bunny is
Not
safe.
enough walking.
Safe. That one.
Yeah. this one.
That one is still safe for now. This can still go both ways.
How so?
As in mechanic or terror.
How so?
I am still gonna go for the Yakuza dude is stuck in the bathroom. It can't be... What's the big guy called?
Nekomaru.
I don't think it's gonna be him because the door was already locked once. Before... Or the door was already locked before he wanted to go in.
Yeah, fair enough.
The question is, why would Yakuza dude be stuck in there? Or it's just a coincidence that it's stuck.
It could
Or
also
locked.
just be a coincidence that he never showed up.
Because the building was still under maintenance.
True. I guess we're gonna find out at some point. Most likely Friday.
Friday for sure. Actually, no, seeing how they said a class trial, well, we can still know for sure before the class trial, I guess. But seeing how they already said a class trial, we'll probably not do in one stream. It's unlikely.
Let's see and find out.
Yeah. Who we gonna rate? Pick a name.
Who do you want to do?
Wanna go there?
That we can do.
Oh, that seems relaxing.
Alright,
Wanna go
let's
there?
go on a raid. Let's go raid Sage Fira. Haven't done that ever, I believe.
No, we never raided her. Well, we raided her, or we came in a raid to her once with Evie.
That is correct. Thank you for introducing us, Evie. Yep. So now it's time to raid back, basically. With your pace, I wonder if you will even finish investigating next time. Well, remember, next stream is gonna be a Friday, so as long as we've got the energy, it might be a 6 trillion hour stream again.
That is true.
It's not impossible.
But
Thumbs up.
seeing how this game is supposed to be 3 times as long as Danganronpa 1, I'm guessing everything is gonna take like double the time.
We need to get to the ending sequence, Tifa, before
Yes, hope you stick around
fuck that up again.
for us to raid Sage Fira. I keep
Thank
wanting to
you all.
say fire, but...
Me too. But I think it's Sage Fira. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you for the beans. I had fun with them. And we
you
will
for
be
everything.
back on Friday. Thank you all for witnessing this beautiful shit show today. Bye!
Bye!